What's up, everyone, and welcome to our newest podcast. It's called Aqua Team Nerd Force. So my name is Sailor. You might remember me from a few weeks ago on Blurred Lines, and then we have Dave Filet.
Hey,
that's her real name. Well, not her real name, but for now it's her name.
Good enough.
I didn't think she was really
Miss
going with
Nova
that.
over there, and then we have just Lewis. He want to be Lewis today. So
Yeah, I'm not
just
using
Lewis.
my. Yeah.
unfortunately,
Good,
we
because
have
the
Lewis.
scorn that I have for
I
you,
don't know why you give Lewis
it just
such a hard
rolls off the
time.
tongue better with Lewis.
Why do we give Lewis a hard time?
Yeah, why y'all wanna always give me a hard time?
Yeah.
Because you just
Your taste in music is
you
trash.
a rock right now. in the
Excuse me
hard
for never
place.
buying into the
hard
Wayne hype.
place.
It's not even the Wayne hype. It's Wayne. You don't do Wayne like talking about it.
What's
so
wrong
I
with
just,
Wayne though?
I never bought into the hype.
I'm not like a extreme
I
fan
never-
of his, but
he
I
don't
can
give
see.
Wayne no
So you
props.
I understand.
You
why people
mean
like him a lot?
you
I
mean to
kn-
say to me?
I never thought he was the best rapper alive.
But
Man,
So Wayne never
I
touched
don't
your
feel
heart.
like you.
I'm not saying he never had some. He had some
We
amazing
all-
ass songs.
Why does he have to be the best rapper?
because he is.
He can be one of the best, but I feel like
Yeah.
you can't fault somebody for not. thinking
2006,
somebody is the best,
2007,
though.
he is.
I will say that I'm not a fan of all of his projects.
No,
I am
I'm
a
not.
human being. That was not for me.
That's actually his worst
Oh.
project. I am not a human
Yeah.
being is the worst thing that Wayne has ever put out.
Yeah.
The song was good. The
You're not
album
the same
overall
way
was
with
ass.
Martian.
Yeah, it wasn't. But
I
I will
mean-
just 1 out of 50 billion. Like
I mean, I can admit that Wayne has fault,
Yeah.
but what I can't
Everybody has
say,
stuff that they
what I
do is
can't
kinda
say
like-
is that I put many rappers above him
I put a lot of
in
rappers
his
above him.
prime, and that's the problem. You have no common sense.
So this
you
is
just be talking out the side
so
of
no,
your
it's
neck.
not that. It's
side
not
of
You
your
that.
just like
neck.
to hear your voice.
Put the mic on the side of your neck.
So-
We'll hear you better.
Answer this question for me though. Answer this question for me
That
though.
was so deep. Oh
No
my
matter
gosh.
no matter what
I feel like
You
I
ever
should
look
take a
at
note on
Lewis
that.
No
and then y'all
matter
just hear
what-
like the Charlie Brown peanut wah 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 wah.
That
wah,
trombone,
wah.
man, you soften that shit up.
no matter
Wah,
what
wah,
artist
wah,
you look
wah,
at,
wah, wah, wah.
no matter who makes a list, who is everybody's number one rapper of all time? Number one or number two? It's always
Tupac?
it's
Tupac
al-
and Biggie.
It's always J,
Tupac and
M,
Biggie.
Pac,
No,
or
it's
Biggie.
not.
It's always those four.
It's always Tupac and Biggie.
No,
I mean,
it's
I'm not
always
even a rap
J, M,
commentator
Pac,
like
and
that.
Biggie.
Jay is not on
It's
the
always
list.
those four.
Jay
Why is Jay on the
actually-
list?
Jay is a really good rapper. Jay
I
should
don't
be
think
on
so.
the
I
list.
don't
You know why
think
Jay
so.
is where he is?
I don't
Because
think
he
he's a
stole
good
a lot of
rapper.
Biggie's flow after Biggie
Yeah.
passed.
The
I don't
flow,
think
yeah,
Jay is
but
a good
the
rapper.
content is
The content,
still
but
his.
listen,
He thinks
flow
he's so
is
deep, and then it's like that was
delivery.
dumb. Like,
I'm gonna put it to you this way. To me, I have Jay as number one because one, he has the longevity.
Oh my
You
god.
cannot deny.
So?
You
He
cannot.
just didn't
Longevity.
get shot. Congratulations on
That-
not
You
being
cannot-
shot.
so now he
You
about
can-
to be 50 years old still rapping. That
Yo,
You
doesn't
cannot
that is
deny, you
not-
cannot
That's
deny
not
the
cute.
longevity. This is another reason why I put Jay
Can't
on
even
there.
relate.
The RI, the
rich
R,
as fuck.
the
You
RI,
rich.
the
Talking about shit I don't
RIAA.
understand.
I can't.
You got twins, nigga. Like
I don't
That's
know
not
what it's
my
like
lifestyle.
to have
So-
almost bought a place in Dumbo.
I
I
don't-
can't. I don't even know what Dumbo is.
Yeah.
I
The
don't
R-
even know the prices
The
look like.
RIAA had to change the certification numbers in order to keep him from going diamond. Jay-Z should have a diamond album right now, but they changed the numbers.
So,
So
we're
he
doing
couldn't
I mean,
sell.
that's, but
Specifics?
that's just selling.
So
We're
we
talking
doing
about
sales.
actual
Right.
like,
How you
musical
but see,
ability.
again,
You talking
even
about
then,
know that
practice,
these
nigga.
all these things are your opinions.
listen to
Louis.
everything that Jay's
We're
ever
talking
dropped
about
from
your-
Reasonable Doubt
Everything?
up
Not
until
everything.
444. You
No,
hear
thank you.
you
No,
hear the
thank you.
growth in Jay's music.
So Wayne hasn't grown.
You can hear the
No.
growth.
Uh-uh.
Just because you
can.
grew doesn't mean you're.
You
I
can
mean,
hear-
you're just not
from
as
Carter-
bad as you were
from
in the
the
beginning.
Carter to Carter 5. There is
It's essentially-
astounding growth, especially in Carter 5. A lot of people just do not want to listen to Carter 5 or want something that Wayne is not going to give you.
That
the
is-
They
level
want the
of
old
growth-
Wayne, and
you
it's
can't
like
have that.
Well, old Wayne
You
is-
can't have
people
that.
change.
There's no
Old
growth.
Wayne was old Wayne. New Wayne is,
Carter-
yo, I'm dealing with actual problems. I have depression.
Carter
I
and
have
Carter 2
bipolar.
Wayne
This
were
I
I
lyrical
got
as
this,
fuck.
Paying
that, and the
me.
third. This nigga's not paying
Carter
me.
and Carter
I
2
got-
Wayne
I
was
got these
lyrical
things
as
on my
fuck.
mind. I gotta admit to y'all, yo, I tried to kill myself back then. Wayne done did all of that.
Wayne went backwards with Carter 3 and then the
Get
Carter 4.
out my face.
Carter 1 and Carter 2
Get out my
was
face.
lyrical as shit. That is probably
Get out
Carter
my
2
face.
is
dog.
easily
Don't
his
even- I
best
don't
work.
want to hear your opinion on
Carter
Carter
2 is not Wayne's
I
best
don't
work?
even want to hear your
That is the
opinion
best thing
on
that went-
Carter 2
Okay.
because honestly, I could sit up here and rap
already
Carter 2 to
said
you
that.
all day and you wouldn't recognize
Yeah,
it.
it's his best work and it still wasn't the
You
best
don't
album that year.
recognize it just because you don't recognize
And it
it.
still wasn't the best album that
This
year.
is why I'm sitting on this side.
Anyways, let's get
of
to these
the floor.
comments.
Ladies
Nick
and
Thomas
gentlemen.
said, "What's going on, y'all?" And then he said,
Hey.
"Jay-Z is a lyrical
Oh
mastermind."
my God.
He is. I'm not gonna lie that he
I
isn't.
don't
He
even
he
agree with that.
definitely is. You don't?
M-
What?
It just
okay,
don't
let's
sit
let's
with me. I'm just
let's
like
take-
listening to it. Like I don't get it. Like
let's take Jay out
I
the
don't-
equation. You cannot tell me.
Eminem?
You
Yeah,
can't tell me
he's-
that.
he's
You
good.
can't tell me that you think.
Lyrically,
You
I'm
can't
not
tell me
go-
that you think
because
M
If
is worse than Wayne.
Eminem is a
if
technical genius.
Eminem was Hispanic, if Eminem was black, he would get absolutely no credit.
You sure about that?
I
I'm
am.
absolutely
Because we have
positive.
Tech Nine, who is the
If
biggest selling
Eminem
Who is
underground
out
artist.
here
black or
really rocking,
any,
just
if
repping for
Eminem
Tech
was
Nine
black,
like that?
then nobody.
Who is out here? Oh
I
man,
can
I
agree to that
can't
to a
wait.
certain
I
extent.
can't wait
Name-
to cop that Tech Nine.
You
Oh
can't
my
name-
god,
You can't
I
name
can't
an
wait.
underground artist that sold 1 million.
they underground, nigga.
Exactly, and Tech Nine has done it, and he's literally
really
every
doing
hip hop
it.
artist compares Tech Nine to
really.
Eminem.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
all right,
Yeah, okay.
sure.
It-
All right, you were right. Now, are you happy?
Right, you're
Lewis
so
got
right.
one. Here, I'll
You
write it
guessing.
down.
You keeping
Lewis
a
gets
tally?
1 point. We might as well.
Tally.
Why are we tallying Lewis? If we gonna
because we
tally
petty like
something.
that, we keep
Honestly,
a tally. We're gonna add it up at the end
One.
and be like,
So
you
let's see
failed.
what else we got. Again, it's the argument I tried to make earlier.
So-
You can't give me a Wayne album that was the best that year that it dropped.
The
You
Carter
can't do it,
2.
and it
Carter
still
3.
wasn't better than.
The
Well, why does it have to
3
be the
actually
best that
was one
year,
of the
though? Why can't we
best-selling
just, like-
albums
It really
when the Carter 3
was.
dropped?
Y'all
Like,
saying selling? I'm saying
why
the
we going
best.
you just
Why does it have to be the best that year? Like, why can't we just look at it as an objective thing on its own? You know,
It is
I
an
dropped my
objective
pen and I
thing.
guess I'll
necessarily in
never have one
comparison
again.
to other
Do
people.
you want a pen, boo?
And I
No,
still
I got
stick
one
with
in
what
my
I said
bag 'cause,
earlier.
you know,
You
you
can't
gotta
give
stay
me a
strapped.
Wayne album.
But what
that's
about
better
women
than
though? This is three women.
We
What
not
about
gonna get on
female
women rappers because
all
he
time or
got no-
current? All time or right now?
Here we go.
We
All
can't
time.
talk to him. I don't
MC
want to
Light.
talk to him.
I don't
see
give.
that.
I don't give a
He ain't
fuck.
got since God gave a chicken, so
MC
At
Light is
all.
the best woman rapper of all time to me. Actually, I take that back. Queen
To you.
Latifah.
Thank you for
Right.
saying to you.
Well, who do you got? Who you got is the best female, the best
It
woman
might
rapper?
just be Missy Elliott.
it is.
It
I got
actually
her. I got her at number two.
lyrically, sonically, it is Missy Elliott,
Mhm.
and there's no denying that
I would give Missy too.
because it's Missy.
Mhm.
Because
Yep.
Missy, who else can go on in a trash bag, and you just like captivated by every word that come out of her mouth? Yo, like if I sat up here and just I can sing
And
any
wore a trash bag.
one of them songs, any one of them songs, dog, and y'all just gonna bob to it. Like that's Missy. Queen
See.
Latifah, for her time, was innovative. She was
Unity.
very. Don't call me a bitch. Like
She
yo,
was going
it
bar
was
for bar with a lot of.
big.
She was going
We
bar
should
for bar
also
with a lot of
say
dudes.
this is a very adult show.
Right. I
Well,
completely
I
forgot that
mean,
disclaimer.
'cause
We
I
do.
definitely
Did. Oh wow.
I
We
definitely
do.
forgot
We
that
do
part,
get.
beloved.
You know, a little wild. We
Little
say some
raunchy.
words that you probably wouldn't
Couple
want your kids saying to you.
Nick, ain't nobody sleeping on the Lady of Rage.
Little
dude.
cousin. Look
Yeah, I was
at
about to say
he-
nobody's sleeping on the Lady of
Nobody's
Rage, bro. She
sleeping on
just.
it.
What
she
about
just
newer
Newer?
female artists? I like Tierra Whack.
I love Tierra Whack, dog. Whack is so I hate that her album is like snippets.
Yeah.
I hate it, but I love it at the same time because it's like, I like you waiting on Tierra Whack to just spaz on something, and you know she got it, but the fact that she's continuously like, nah, you good. I'm gonna give you a minute and a half because y'all don't deserve the rest of my hot shit.
I'm gonna give you some of
I'm
what
gonna
I
give you
can
some
do,
of it, and
and
I'm
I'm
just
gonna
like,
take it back.
the tease is a beautiful thing. I love Meg Thee Stallion.
Yep.
Lyrically though, Tierra Whack is it.
Yeah. But Meg's
I
overall
never say-
style is like
Meg's style is
the overall package.
yeah, she's so
She's a
marketable.
performer. Yeah.
She's so
This
marketable.
is a pro of nothing.
and that was really good.
I just want to say that her and Moneybagg Yo makes me want to vomit every day.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Meg, you deserve a man with a chin.
Nah.
Let's see. Nick said Missy is the best
He
female
said
Entertainer,
ever,
but not rapper.
No, you can't say that she's definitely. It don't matter who you got in your top three.
When the rain hits my window.
It don't matter who you got in your top three is women rappers of all time. Missy is in that. Like
Yeah.
Missy is
Yeah,
always
Nick don't
in
know what
that
he talking about.
conversation.
Nick is confused.
Like Missy, I feel like Missy's always in there, and Queen Latifah's always in
And
there.
Queen Latifah is always in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Those,
But,
you can't deny those two.
I mean, technically speaking, you had a really good point with MC Light. I just wouldn't put her as the best.
How do y'all
I had
feel?
to take her out
What
because she
about
didn't
the
stand.
brat?
I was about to say I had to
What
take MC
about-
because she didn't stand the test of time.
She
How do
doesn't
y'all feel about Lauryn Hill then? Does she?
Lauren, I don't
Because she
She's
doesn't
wasted
have-
potential.
highly wasted potential. I don't
I
consider
don't know what's
her
wrong with her.
that far into rap.
Listen, it be
Right.
like that
I
sometimes.
don't
Like
consider her
I
that far
thought I
into
was
rap.
coming. I got ready like I was coming.
I got
And
dressed.
I got all
right
the way
back
to the
down.
door.
Mhm.
She had
That
that.
Right
right
back
back
down.
called me.
She didn't even
yanked me
get to
back.
the door. She didn't get to the door.
She did.
Lauren,
She's in
Lauren
there
got
putting on
out
her
the
makeup and said,
bathroom.
did half of it and said, you know what,
You
that's
know
enough.
what?
got-
I'm
she got to
done.
the-
But
She got to the
sometimes
door.
it be
She
that
did not
way.
get
You
to the
just
door.
start putting it on.
Rap-wise?
Just like this ain't
She
even
got to the
going
door.
like I
This
thought it
is-
was
Hold on,
going.
hold on.
This look a mess. Let me
Musically,
sit down.
musically, she got to the door.
Right.
Rap wise, she
Didn't
did
get to the
not
door,
get
did
to the door.
No.
She was in the bathroom and was just like, that eyeliner don't match that eye. So you know what? I'm gonna
So
just
you
go
would
ahead
you
and
so
put
you would
it
agree with me
down.
when I
Sometimes
say
you don't wanna just sit there, keep going
when I say
over it.
the Lauryn Hill album
Miseducation?
was
Miseducation
was
is
overrated.
who?
It was overrated.
No,
No,
no, because then that becomes an argument of not.
because we don't have anything
Li-
to compare it to.
Not even that. It's not a consent. That album isn't
A
a
consistent
rap,
album.
album.
No.
It's not a rap album.
It's
That
more of
is
an
a
opus.
that is a
It's a multi-genre album.
it's a collective.
It's a
And what made
multi-genre
it so
album.
beautiful is how she crafted it to where I'm gonna give you just enough rap in the beginning to get you in here. Like you gonna come in the door with this rap, but you gonna leave out with your soul change in the back end.
Mike, I'm not about to disrespect New York and say that word, bro. So that's something that only New Yorkers
Oh
can
dang,
say.
I can't say that either.
I'm
I don't know.
It's only that's some New York shit
Why?
that I'm not going.
Let me do my regional one. That's all you're gonna get out of me.
I'm not saying it. But
I can't
let's see
see
what
the
else.
words,
What else? But back to the Lauryn Hill album.
Miseducation?
The Miseducation. I keep getting ready to say
because it's a lot of
Misunderstanding.
her unplugged stuff is so good. Like I could listen to her unplugged things all day. Are you gonna turn your volume?
My bad. I was.
She's like,
What?
excuse me,
I couldn't see.
No,
I couldn't see the comments. I just wanted to know what was going on.
Okay,
But
all right.
yeah.
No,
That's not how you say it, but
It's
You're-
not.
I'm glad you tried.
I did.
I'm not gonna do it.
it's like a battle rap. You gotta watch
Yeah, you
battle
gotta watch-
rap
you gotta
watch
to
URL.
do it,
Battle
dog. Yo, battle rap be killing me.
I don't want to see people get
Them
their
boys-
feelings hurt for
Them
nothing.
niggas be so close to each other's face. I'm like, one of these
I know
days your
somebody
lip
spat.
gonna slip. One of these days your
Some
lip is gonna
feelings will come
slip.
out.
Your lip is gonna touch that man's cheek.
Yep.
I promise you.
That's
Ever
what
so
That's what
gently.
you're thinking about watching these battles.
Cause I'm just like, yo, how close you need to
We gonna
get?
meet up afterwards and be like, yo,
Look, I put the two to you.
It's the art. It's the
Your
art.
cologne
Of getting,
smelling real nice. I just wanted to let you know that.
Bruh.
it's the art of getting
Yeah.
disrespectful as much as possible.
Oh, I
without
love it.
physically touching.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm a big. I'm very eclectic in my nerddom. So it's anime for me.
okay.
Serious
Oh,
anime.
so we jumping right into.
Yeah, I'm
the-
gonna do this
Okay.
because it's me. Why
We didn't even
wouldn't I do
transition
that?
over to it.
My name is Nova, and I'm the best. All the DJs want to
Feel your chest.
Hey,
Uh-huh.
I hope they don't. Please don't. I know more female DJs than anything else, so like, don't. But yeah, for me, it's like really anime. I love Star Wars. I have a Star Wars tattoo.
Do you really?
I do. I have,
Favorite Star Wars character?
for me, if we're gonna do
Don't matter, canon or not, because a lot
no,
of
we're
people don't
we're
consider
gonna
Star
do
Killer
canon because I
She's
love
not an
I love
animal.
the story of Anakin because Anakin's transition from being Anakin to Vader is so interesting in retrospect.
So you actually liked Episode 3?
No, I don't like the way it was. I don't like the way it was shot. I don't like how they did the transition. But the overall thought of the transition is what I love.
It was a reverse
It was-
buildings Roman.
What I love is I don't love Episode 3. I love the Vader comics because that crushing
you
of
just how fucking
Anakin.
good.
Whoo, that goosebumps.
Okay. Raven said hi.
Hi, Raven.
Mike said Star Wars life.
Gang, gang, gang.
See, I would be interested in getting into Star Wars, but
See,
I've
I'ma
watched
tell you to
it,
read
but
the
I'm
comics.
just like, I
yeah, read
guess.
the comments.
Read the comics
are
because
really
the
good.
movies are too outdated.
yeah.
Not. I mean,
The movies are way too outdated.
I'm always gonna be a fan of 4, 5, and 6. I will never stop loving 4, 5, and 6. Like I love to quote it. I love to rewatch it.
Yeah.
Every time that I come home, me and my dad, that's our thing. Like this is coming on the TV. I don't want to hear nothing else.
Yeah.
You know, me
Period.
and my
Something
dad
else I
is,
could say-
James Bond.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Listen,
something else
Sean
for me-
Connery, he gets my motor going.
When you read the comics of Star Wars, it breaks down
breaks
just how
everything.
fucking good everybody is that they just can't do on screen for some reason. I mean, they're doing it with Kylo and Rey.
I mean, yeah.
But
Uh,
before those
I
two,
just-
you really didn't know how powerful
This
everybody was.
last Star Wars movie was very.
Trash.
I'm very upset with Disney about, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the rest of my interests, right?
Okay, go for it.
I said anime. I said Star Wars. I do a little gaming. I don't do a lot. Like I do some stuff, but I'm real picky. For me, I am a poet. You know, some people know that.
Everybody on this panel knows that.
Everybody on the panel knows.
We do know that.
So I do things like that. Music is a big thing.
Yeah.
And I believe that Lewis is trash in his music taste. So
Excuse me for not buying into the Wayne hype.
that's not the only thing you're
Rubbish.
trash for. You're trash for a lot.
Mike said, blasphemy, the Star Wars movies are just right.
I'm going
Personal
to address
opinion.
you later.
As someone who's not read the comics, they're okay. But maybe if you're someone who's read it, then maybe that's why they say
reading.
No, I don't even read all of the comics. I read what I want to read. When I feel like I want backstory on certain characters, I want to feel something with this struggle or this fight, I'll read it. But other than that, I'm not really into the comics, like talking about it. So it's like, Vader had me, though. I can't lie. Because Anakin, like, yo, like, and then the way that they did it was so great. But if it ain't anime, I'm probably going to, like, jump off a cliff. Like, no, it's for real. That's my thing. Especially when I read the manga. I'm a manga reader. I will spoil your
You
show.
mean the manga. Okay,
I will spoil your show and not care.
I'm with that.
Manga.
I will spoil your show and not care.
Why would you do that?
Let's real fast, Nova. Subs or dubs?
Sub.
All right, you was raised in a house where people
Okay, I
live.
would say if you
I
say
know.
dub, I'm gonna be like,
Why would I do that? I mean, you know, dub is how we all come in.
Yeah, but it's like
But
we
you
ain't
don't
gotta
stay
stay
that
there.
door.
No, you don't stay in dub.
You leave that door. You know, I know the bathroom at in this house. Like,
I can
come
go
on
in the
now.
refrigerator now.
Right. I don't gotta ask where the cup's at. I know where the cups.
All right,
I put them there.
I ain't gonna get that one
Okay.
because that's big mouth.
That ain't my cup.
Right.
Okay.
I think I have I do movies. Like, I'm a movie junkie. Like, I know a lot of movies that I probably shouldn't know or that people don't believe that I know, but I know them. Fifth Element is still one of the best movies ever. Anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but it is though. I wouldn't say it's one of the best movies ever, but it's definitely a cult classic.
It's definitely one of the best movies.
It's one of the
ever.
best movies.
No, I wouldn't say that.
For the time, it was
it's-
way ahead of its time.
It's definitely
Costuming alone.
cotton.
It's up there.
Ruby
Well,
Rod alone is one of the best like characters in that.
He is,
The movie was
That
so
is
far ahead of its time.
So
that's
far
why it
ahead of
makes
its
it.
time. Like, come on now.
Leave
But
them down,
if they would have
multipass.
did that now,
The opera scene is probably one of my favorite fucking scenes.
yes.
the contrast between the battle between her breathing, because that's just a breathing exercise. That whole thing is a breathing exercise. The contrast between her breathing in that battle and Lilo over there fighting, you can't. Come on.
Get it together.
Get it together. Get with it to get lost.
Figure it out.
But yeah, that's enough about me. You know, I'm just here.
What about you, Dave?
What about you?
That is my name.
We're
Dave
really,
Fillet.
we're really going with this.
So, like, remind yourself. Oh, that's me.
Hey,
I am.
I don't know. I just be doing shit. Like
I like
shit.
things.
I like things, but I don't
like
really. I don't
tacos.
have a thing. Like I like Harry Potter. I like
Yes, Harry Potter.
I
know,
read
in
them
my-
books. I went ahead and reread them books as an adult. Them things go hard.
They go
Like
bare
J.K.
hard.
Rowling really just
She
did
did
an
that
exercise
shit.
in world
She
building.
did that
She
shit.
committed,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that. I wish she would stop talking about this shit now.
yeah. I'm like,
She gets on my nerves because she said that the cursed child is canon. I was like, "Fuck you, J.K." Like, why are you saying the cursed child is canon?
why are
Like,
you doing this?
I don't even. I
the
think
cursed
I
child
read
is
the
cursed.
cursed
I
child.
read it and
I
I
didn't
look
read
in the
it.
trash.
See, now I gotta
I was like,
charge
why
up
are you wasting my time?
one of my siblings because I was supposed to read it, and one of them got it.
Trash.
Ooh.
Don't read it.
Let me
Trash.
when you
I
catch
like to
them,
pretend it doesn't exist.
holla at me because I need that book. Just
You
for a
live right
minute.
down the way.
All
so
right,
that's
Miss.
fine.
All right,
That's
all right,
what
Miss
libraries
Filet.
have.
What else you got?
That's what I got.
Yeah, what you got?
I
boo?
like reading books. Just I used to be a librarian, so that's
Oh,
yeah. I done had a million jobs, y'all. Like
do a
we
lot
could
of
Just always got to get to the bag, huh? Always.
100%.
Okay.
It's secured.
Okay.
Got that shit on lock.
Good shit.
I like to sing for myself, like so. I'm really into music. I would like to put out an album one day.
We're gonna
Yes, I
have a
can,
music.
actually.
That means we're gonna have a music episode.
Yes.
And Lewis is not gonna be here
No.
because we can't have him
No.
to talk about something.
Favorite singers? Who's your top 3 singers
Oh,
all time?
that's a you question. That's yours.
Yeah, that's for Dave.
Donny Hathaway.
Okay.
Y'all. I'm sorry. That was rude.
Boy, why would you do that to me?
I mean, I had to put her on the spot
I need
with
a
hers.
genre. I need like you got.
No. It doesn't matter what genre,
Donnie?
as long as they're singers.
You gonna do Donnie and not do Layla?
Okay, let's
You
go.
know,
Let's go.
you
Let's
know.
go.
Hit a
Let's go.
chord,
Contemporary
dude.
R&B.
You know,
That girl
You said
hits
what?
chords.
Contemporary R&B.
Layla Hathaway hits chords,
She
y'all.
does. It's
How
true.
the heck?
But listen. Hey. Just of my all time, just because of
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
I came into knowing music. My dad, he played all the golden oldies.
Yeah.
So for me, it was always Donnie
Mhm.
and Marvin
Mm-hmm.
and Luther Vandross.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is, I guess it's kind of a pro because my voice is a touch husky, so I can sing that shit. But yeah, I was never like, if I had to replace one, I would replace Luther with Anita Baker.
Okay.
She grew on me when I was a kid. I was like, she looks like she has marbles in her mouth.
Hey,
why do
listen,
people like
listen,
this?
it's just a
like-
little deep, is all. It's just a
Never
little
been
deep.
tripping.
Then when I got older, I was like,
You
I
was
can appreciate
tripping.
I can appreciate having marbles in your mouth.
Okay. So let's say
Nice.
let's
It's
go.
quite nice.
Let's go new. Not necessarily new age artists, but modern artists. Who you feeling right now? Let's say modern artists can be anybody from mid '90s to current.
Ugh, that's too long.
Yeah.
That's way too long.
That's a long
I'm saying
time.
2000s.
Okay, early 2000s.
late
to now.
2000s.
Late
Let's do
2000s.
2010 to now. That's 9 years.
That's not that. That's not
9
gonna-
years. That's modern. That is modern.
That is.
That's too big. That's not.
That's
I- who really came out like artist wise between
Hold up,
this
hold
era?
up.
Like
facts. Nick, facts.
what did Nick say?
1 through 3 was hot trash. Facts. I had to address that. That's a Star Wars comment.
Yeah.
That is facts.
Because I
Everybody
really could not
knows
take
it.
Luke, I Am Your Father seriously.
And
Like,
it
I knew it
wasn't
was a
even-
moment, but it was just like, this is
That
just
wasn't
funny.
Nah, that's not 1 through 3.
That was 4. Wasn't
That's
it?
4,
Got
5.
him.
That's
Oh.
5.
That's 5.
That's
Listen,
5.
I'm going in chronological order. I don't know what
Nah.
y'all Star Wars nerds
Episode
y'all.
1,
Episode 1
2,
through
and 3.
is Anakin when
are-
he's still Anakin and not Vader.
And they didn't. I feel like they just. It wasn't the actor's fault. I feel like the script was off.
George
like,
Lucas is
scripting
not
was
good
off.
for a script.
That wasn't George Lucas' script.
Yeah, I was about to say that wasn't
I'm still
Look.
thinking about
You still think about
Yeah.
you
4,
think
5,
about
6.
4, 5, 6.
Listen,
4,
I
5,
don't-
6. I'm sorry. That elevator scene between Luke and Vader is iconic, and it was so well scripted. It was like poetry.
It was just horribly executed.
Watching them,
It was just horribly executed.
by the Vader mask. It was good though. I'm
See,
sorry.
Raven
That's
Give
said.
me these. Give me
Raven
these
said,
fans.
"Let's agree that Phantom Menace is the worst one ever."
Is that the one with
Agreed.
Jar
I
Jar
didn't even
Binks?
watch that
Yes,
That's my favorite.
of course it is. Of course it is.
No, but okay, so modern. Let's say since they want to say 2010s to now.
10 to now.
I'm trying to. Frank Ocean.
He came out before
I like
2010 though.
French.
See, that's why I didn't
See,
want to say that.
that's why I'm saying 2000.
No, he didn't.
No, he
I swear he
didn't.
came
No,
out
he
before
didn't.
2010.
No, because
Ocean
Odd
was
Future came
2010.
onto the scene after I was already heavy into being a Tumblr host. So,
Okay.
yeah, don't do me. I
Okay.
know my dates.
Go for it. Go for it.
Let me
Sleeping
see.
at the pyramid tonight.
Yeah. Dang, now I got that in my head.
So sorry.
Because I don't listen to a lot of stuff. Like, lately, I've just been listening to classical music because being in traffic,
Yeah.
I want to
Heavy.
murder.
Yeah,
And
I
you
like
know,
classical
you
music.
don't. You know what just really just grinds my gears when people are doing dumb shit in the
Family Guy
road,
reference right there.
and then they want to
Really
look at you
grinds
like
my
you the
gears.
problem. Like, I was trying to get here today,
today.
and this dude is crossing the fucking double line,
Yeah.
trying to get over in front of me, and he looking at me like, and I'm just like, my friend, I am in the right. If you were to hit me, that would be your ass and your insurance.
Yes.
Like, don't do that to me because I will hit you. I don't
You
give
gotta
a
talk.
fuck.
You gotta talk some of that up too. We live in Texas.
I
That's
hate
true.
that people in
Yeah,
Texas
people can't
act
really
like
drive in
they
Texas.
act like they know how to drive
And
and that
a
they
lot
pay
of-
full insurance. And I'm just like, boo, my car fully covered.
Right.
If you hit me,
Comprehensive collision.
I'm gonna be good.
70% of the
You're
people
not.
in Texas
And I ain't even
don't
got
have
no
insurance.
underinsured
Y'all don't
driving
have
shit.
insurance?
That's
Yes,
true.
y'all
70
don't
That
have
shit ain't.
insurance.
Is it
out
really
here.
true?
Y'all do
70
not have
Damn.
insurance out
You
here.
got
70%
here
of
living
people do
life
not
on the
have
edge.
Hey,
That's why I
drive
like
fast,
Texas.
leave a
But,
60 course.
the edge.
but be driving like they
Living
don't.
it up.
Renegade for
Be
life.
driving like they
Renegade.
full covered. And I'm like, boo, that's not.
Wow,
that's
wow.
not-
So
Well, it's
let's
not
see.
really
Let's finish with
I
Dave.
like-
Let's
Oh
wrap-
yeah,
Yeah, what
Dave. What do you like?
I like
Let me get away from the
Drake. And I know that is not
No,
R&B
Drake grew
to an
on me.
extent.
He's
But
he's a multi-genre.
Yeah.
He counts.
I hate that I do. I really do. I'm not fond of that. It's not something, but that's also the
It's not
I've
something
seen
I'm
the
proud
most
of,
concerts from Drake. So
William
just-
says, "See Star Wars bashing. Alright, I'ma head out."
be gone. I'd like a female artist. I like her.
I do like her.
Yeah.
Do you like Summer Walker?
She
I
alright.
like some.
Yo, this album was
Is it better than Control?
I do like
Yes.
SZA.
Is it?
But
Yes, this
SZA
album-
also
this
SZA be
Summer
doing some
Walker-
weird vocal things that I
This
can't imitate.
Summer
so.
Walker album is better than Control because Control is not SZA's best work.
Yeah, I know it's not her
It's
best
not.
work, but everybody's
SZA's
comparing.
best work is definitely Z.
But everybody's
Hands
comparing.
down.
Everybody's comparing
Sweet
the
Sweet
Summer Walker
November.
album to Control.
I'm sorry,
so that's why I'm
but
asking.
the Summer Walker
I've
album.
not seen these comparisons.
Me neither.
All dude on Facebook. Like people are constantly
You,
comparing
I
them to.
feel like
He
you
would know.
are
He's a
friends with a lot of
Facebook
antagonistic
troll.
people because
He's
you
a
like to argue all
Facebook
ding dang and
troll.
day.
All he does is troll on
Very
Facebook.
negative.
I don't have.
That's
I
why
don't
you
have
be
a say-
getting
I
in
don't have a-
Facebook jail.
I don't have a
I
say.
ain't
in
never
it.
been in
Like,
Facebook jail a day in my
neither.
life.
I don't
I've
have a
never
say in the
touched
argument
Facebook
because I
jail.
haven't heard the Summer Walker album yet.
'Cause
So
you-
And
oh,
yet,
you will.
but you, I feel
Oh,
like
but
you were
you
still
will.
trying to argue though. Like
You're gonna listen
you
to
brought up
it.
an argumentative point.
no,
You're
I
gonna hear
asked
the
you. I
album.
didn't have an input. I asked
Thank you.
Which
Now
one do
you're
you think
you're
is
gonna
better?
hear the album now. Good job.
Thank you.
Okay.
'Cause I love that album.
Mike Blunt said Taskmaster versus Midnighter.
Ooh.
What is that?
It's two comic book characters.
I don't know about that.
Anyway,
Right.
Taskmaster wins that. I'm not going to explain why, but Taskmaster wins it because
Okay.
Sure.
Did.
All right.
I give it.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing
You say
Midnighter.
so.
Midnighter.
There's nothing Midnighter can do to beat Taskmaster.
I
Just
don't
know
I'm
that.
gonna Google that right now.
I'm not big on movies.
For real?
I live by myself. I've lived by myself since I was 19 years old.
Oh.
And it's hard to sit down and focus on a movie when it's just you by yourself. Because
Yeah.
that's 2 hours I could be doing some shit.
True.
No.
That's actually a good point.
If I get up
No.
and walk around, I done missed the whole plot point.
Exactly.
Whereas
No.
if I get up while Golden Girls is playing, I already know that Rose is being stupid. I know that Blanche is being slutty. I know that Dorothy being mean and Sophia being cunning. So
I gotta
I ain't
be-
really got to sit there and really just
Nah.
be immersed in that shit.
I got to be
that.
like laying down, getting ready to go to bed to watch a movie.
So
like,
Yeah.
movies
at home
aren't
by
you,
myself.
but you do
I'll
like
watch a movie. It's
you do
just I got
sitcoms. And
sitcoms, yeah.
Series is okay.
yeah, but I'm trying to get back. Like the
What are
last
you
thing that I
watching right
watched
now?
was One Punch.
One
Right
Punch?
now I'm on TV. I'm rewatching Letterkenny.
Nick said unpopular opinion, but Babylon is
Babylon?
SZA's
Babylon?
best song.
I like
Babylon is a good.
I like that.
Ooh. Yeah, Kendrick's on that song, isn't it?
I like it without him though.
Was it worth it?
I can't recall the last time I took advice from anyone. Shaped like a figure eight. Who trusts pretty girls anyway?
We're doing this now.
I mean,
So,
we are on. Was that all your interests?
Yeah, it's good enough.
Yeah,
It's
good
good
enough.
it's good enough.
I'll be, watching shit, reading shit, doing shit.
Hood rat shit.
Living life. Yeah.
Without hood rat plan.
shit. I
I'm
think we're all
surprised
a fan
neither
of hood
one
rat
of
shit.
y'all have said you're a foodie.
I am.
Because that was definitely going to be the first thing I'm
I
leading
am.
with.
I'm
I
not.
love food. I just can't eat it right now. So
I
it's
mean, not
kinda
right now, but it's still,
I obviously
Yo.
I eat to live, but I don't live to eat. So
I live to
look.
eat.
like I'm not the
I
type
live
of
for
person
the
that takes a
taste.
picture of my food
That
before I
sounds
take a
sexual.
bite of it.
I
I'm
do
gonna
that
eat it.
sometimes.
say it
I'm gonna
again.
eat it.
It
No, I
depends
don't
on
care
where I
about
go.
that.
Not gonna say it
Like
again.
if it's like an
sounded really
Instagrammable
bad.
place, like yeah, I'm gonna do it for the gram. But like
Nah.
I'm not going. Hey, wait a second, don't. Because my
you
friend
touch
will straight
that.
up stop me every time. Hey,
Hup, don't do it yet. Hold on. Put the fork down.
Like, do you see this?
move that fork over there. It's throwing off the
Do you
aesthetics.
see how beautiful this is?
Move your
All
head.
right.
You blocking the light.
Honestly, it's just like, can I be in the picture? No.
No.
It's the food.
The food.
Get your purse out the way.
Yo,
Yeah.
I used to take pictures of food all the time.
I don't care that much.
But I
I want to
haven't
eat.
been. But since I've been like doing poetry and stuff, I haven't been trying to eat really good.
Yeah.
I've been trying to like.
Maintain
just
that
eat on
stage
the
presence.
Like, man, yeah.
And even
Maintain your
it
food.
feels like every time that I am like, oh, I'm gonna Instagram this, then I eat it and it's like this is not even delicious.
It doesn't. It's about how it looks.
It's like it
though.
leached the taste
Oh,
right out of
no.
it.
Oh,
Because
no.
cameras be taking people's souls.
Yeah.
It's just like
So
you
it
took
takes the
soul
essence of
food,
the
God.
deliciousness
took
out of the
spice.
food.
Like what did you do?
The seasoning out of it. What
Yes,
happened?
I was eating
That has
Cuban
never
food and I was
happened.
like, I thought this was supposed to be tasty. Wait a second. Yeah, I was very
Promote.
disturbed, very perturbed, very confused, very
So-
upset.
So we're done with your intro.
Yeah,
right?
sure, why not?
Intro's done.
Let's go.
Okay.
Sailor.
Okay, obviously you can tell by my name. I love Sailor Moon. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway. No, I really like anime a lot. That's like my number one like nerdy thing.
Top
I
three
like
anime.
Before that, your Sailor Scout.
my favorite Sailor Scout.
Oh.
Sailor Saturn.
All right, I rock with it.
Ooh, yes.
Nova?
I love Sailor
Mars.
Saturn. Who do you like?
Jupiter.
Mars.
Jupiter. She said, yeah.
All of y'all
Mars
are
is
Bad bitch.
Mars.
Mercury.
She
Mercury.
Mars. Mars is my number 2.
Mars.
Mars?
two.
Never.
Y'all
But I would put Mercury as my number
Jupiter,
3. 'cause we
Venus,
both wear glasses.
Jupiter, Venus, Mercury.
First
Well,
of all,
Moon, Sailor Moon is always
I
my
ain't
number
even really
one.
rocking with Sailor Moon. All that
Everybody
whining and
hates
shit.
Sailor Moon. She's
All that
just
whining
so
you doing.
Y'all can hate all day.
I love her because she whines.
She a bad
like-
bitch.
She
First
is.
of all,
she a bad
she cleans
bitch.
up well.
Gets
They
what
all
she
clean
wants.
up well though. They were all bad.
Sailor
Get
Moon
together.
is the bad bitch that gets what she wants.
Yeah.
Period. Point blank. And I love it.
First of all, that's a
I want-
powerful ass universe.
I want that man.
It is.
He's mine.
That is a powerful
That man-
ass universe. Every
Sailor
single one
Moon
of
said,
them.
She
I
wasn't
want that
rocking with
man.
tuxedo
Yes.
mask like that.
She
though.
said I wanted that man when she first saw him, and then guess what? I had that man in my past life and this life. He's
Got
mine
him.
forever.
Remember they were.
He's
she was
always
dating.
mine.
She was dating Sailor. He was dating Sailor Mars for a little bit.
He tried that. That was cute.
Every single one of them motherfuckers is a
adorable.
multi-planet buster.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
we have a caller, so
Hey.
this is exactly why I said to open up the phone lines.
Somebody's calling. Oh my God. Who is it?
Caller, you're on. Who's this? God damn, that's loud.
You are loud.
Hello?
Did
Can
you
we-
press the button?
Oh, you hung up.
Scary.
Well,
You don't
caller,
love
you
us.
can, you can call
Well,
back at any
yeah,
time,
call
caller.
back.
You don't love us. You love your own self.
But yeah, I love Sailor Moon. I love anime.
All right,
what else
now,
do I
So
love?
now the question is top 3 anime.
Top 3? Oh
Yeah.
my God. Well, you know,
Top
Sailor
five,
Moon
top
has to
five,
be
top
number
five.
1.
Top 5? Okay. Well,
I guess.
Oh, caller's back.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Here we go.
Hey.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
we can.
Now.
Who is this?
Alexa.
Alexa.
Hey.
I just seen y'all posted this, so I wanted to call in and say, I love you guys.
Oh,
We love you.
What y'all talking about?
Right now, we just doing intros. Right
Yeah,
now,
just talking.
she's talking Sailor Moon right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You missed Nova
missed me.
and
Dave.
Dave's
Yeah.
intro.
Y'all are not gonna get over this, and that's okay. I like it.
I think it's
Girl,
good.
Alexa, what's your favorite 5 anime?
Yeah, top
Top 5.
top
top
3.
five.
Let's say 3.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my gosh. Okay, in no particular order.
Okay.
Samurai Champloo,
Okay.
Okay.
Slept on.
Kill a Kill,
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that thing.
Afro Samurai.
Of course.
I forgot.
Because Afro.
I mean, Afro though. That's
Oh.
really.
And
I'm
it just-
definitely going to have to throw My Hero in there.
Okay. Okay.
I like that.
Was that 4 or was
That's
that
That's
4.
4.
Ooh. Oh, y'all.
Come on.
Wrong for this.
Food Wars.
Okay. Oh, Attack on Titan. Hands
All
down.
right. Yeah.
You
That's
know,
a
I
solid
could not.
5.
I could not get to. I watched the first season,
get
and then
into
it
it?
took so long for the next season that by
He
the
like,
time it
I'm
came out, I was
done.
like, I
I'm
gotta
done.
recap and shit.
Recap.
No, thank you. That's fine.
I wouldn't spoil myself and like found some guy who reads the manga on YouTube and like
spoiled.
summarizes
And
it.
like watch the whole
Yo,
YouTube episode.
I've been reading the manga since like
Y'all can read manga?
yeah.
I'm not really into manga
Yeah.
though.
I used to.
I'm that person.
I tried to do Naruto, and it was just like, this is too fucking long. Every
was
time
so
I would
far
get stuck on the
ahead.
sexy harem jutsu, and I was just like, and I still got 900 more chapters. What this? No.
So, Alexa, let me ask you a question real quick.
Uh-huh.
So, since you are a viewer and this podcast is most likely going to be tailored towards the viewers, what's something that you would want to see us
good
do
question.
or something that we could do to,
You know what? I'm gonna give Lewis a point for that.
you know what, thank you.
That's
To,
2
some,
points
something,
for
to, something
Lewis.
to jump off the podcast, something that we could do to make it better for the
Yeah,
viewers.
pop off.
I would say you could incorporate giveaways.
I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna write
I
these
ain't got
down.
no money.
Yeah, you know, it's gonna be a Dollar Tree giveaway for a
That's
while.
true. Right?
Yeah, like
Till we-
you know,
Dollar
till
Tree got
you
the
know,
hits. They
till
got
we
the
elevate.
gems.
Get
So-
that
you
$5
know,
gas
like
card.
incentives,
Hey.
but also,
Down the street.
y'all have a big, all of y'all have a big, like a big impact and big voice in the blurred community. So something dealing with something like that will get the minds flowing, dealing with just black people in anime, just blurty shit, but also like that make you want to call in and voice your opinion. You know, so
Blurred
maybe some
drama.
controversial
Sounds like
type
we're
things.
doing relationships.
Strawberry letters.
Oh, I will do
It could be-
that.
yeah,
Yo, I will
strawberry
give advice.
Because
I'll
I
give
know
a strawberry letter.
I'm in a Black Girls Anime group, and they come in there, and it's a private group, so I'm not going to share their business, but
Dang,
they
you can
come
put
in
it in
there
the group
and
chat
they
later.
have legit questions and stuff about relationships, dealing with men or women who already are in
Yo,
You know what?
the
We gonna be.
blurred
we're-
anime nerdy community.
I'm
So,
with
like,
it.
we could
just
talk
get
about
that,
this at
you
the
know,
watch party.
Yeah.
But y'all are doing a great job already.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you.
My heart.
But I'm finna tune out so I can roll this blunt and start cooking for y'all
Yeah.
people that's coming to the house to watch
What
to the anime.
what kind of wings are you making, Alexa?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna marinate some wings and I think I'm gonna grill them. I'm gonna grill them. And then Krista gonna make some food too.
Oh. Hey. Tell Krista, make me a special plate with none of the special stuff that she likes to put in everybody else's food.
No special stuff this time. No special stuff.
That's what I want.
Tell
Krista be cooking,
that if she want to put some special stuff in my plate.
I was just about to say, I will take some in mine. So
because I like a little spice. I like a little oregano.
No special oregano in any of the dishes.
Thank you.
Okay.
So
I am safe to eat everything. I can't. Oh man, no.
But
you can't eat.
No.
But thank you for calling, Alexa. We gotta let you go.
Lex.
yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye, boo.
Bye.
That's actually a really dope idea, dog.
Thank you.
Like, I'd take letters.
Honestly,
I'd read them things.
Because I got opinions on everything.
Child.
Because these
See, Nick Thomas said he's pretty sure he smashed all of them as far as Tuxedo Mask and the Sailor Scouts.
Listen,
Tuxedo Mask did no such thing.
Sailor Moon would not have had it.
Sailor Moon would never have that.
That girl cried every episode.
Hold up.
DeMarcus Reddick said,
like that.
DeMarcus Reddick said Sailor Mercury is bae.
That's true.
Alicia Washington said, hey, y'all.
Hey, Alicia. How you doing?
Cowboy Bebop.
See, DeMarcus said Cowboy Bebop.
Read or die.
I'm assuming
Meliodas
Ride or Die,
or Aladdin?
Outlaw
Who's
Star,
more
Bubblegum
pervy?
Crisis, Lucky Star.
Is Aladdin
Meliodas.
in 7 Deadly Sins?
Meliodas.
Aladdin is from Sinbad. I think.
Sinbad. Oh wait, no.
I think Aladdin.
Meliodas.
I think Aladdin got it.
Meliodas.
I think Meliodas is only pervy to one person.
He is only pervy to her.
Aladdin is.
But
yeah.
there's more pervy people than Aladdin.
Yeah, but I think he's
Magi.
Yeah, but
I haven't watched that in a minute. I'm trying to remember.
Or is it Maggie? I don't know how to pronounce.
I say
that.
Magi.
I say Magi all the time.
Maggie is like a seasoning.
That's what I be like. Like Maggie's like a name.
So
for
Magi.
I'd give it to Aladdin because he's not limited.
Yeah.
I give it to Aladdin because he's not limited to one person.
Aladdin will do it to anybody.
Anybody.
I don't know why I'm saying
for
that.
anything. I think it's Aladdin. I can agree with that.
Like Meliodas doesn't give a fuck that Deanne is there. And
I mean, he was up her skirt once.
Yeah.
But Deanne was a point in time where Deanne was like constantly throwing it at Meliodas.
It's not that Deanne is crazy, it's that she's fully envious. She's just envious.
Cray.
And she's not even envious of just him. She's envious of being small.
Yeah.
I think, okay, I'm about to get real philosophical.
Go for
it. Thing. The way that these sins are set up, the way that
Come
it
on,
is.
Catholic school girl.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, St. Mary's Academy all day, every day. All girl school. Anyway,
same.
The way that it's this anime is set up, the inner workings of each sin goes deeper than they just do this on the side. Like King is sloth.
He's very slothful. That is so true.
But it's not just because his inaction to protect the forest. It's his indecisiveness throughout. His indecisiveness with telling Diana, his indecisiveness with deciding to join the fight at the last minute, with how he wants to present himself. It is complete and total laziness, like at all points. And now that we're at the point in the manga where I can't discuss any further, that's what I said. I was like, I can't discuss any further.
Be like that.
Dot. Question. But even Bond and his greed, his want to have it, his all overpowering, consuming need to have everything has burned down every single piece of thing that he could ever love. Mm-hmm. Even to the point where, in the anime where they show his almost dad, your greed for that man caused you to build him up to a point where he couldn't be that for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like it's your greed for Meliodas' friendship. You got to be the only person Meliodas can fight. Really?
That's it.
You the only, nobody can be your best friend but me. Like, you got to have that all over encompassing. And it's written so well. They do it so well that once the manga becomes anime, y'all will enjoy it.
See, DeMarcus said,
No.
I'm
real good.
I don't want to hear.
I'm real good at stopping myself, because I'd be like, once the manga becomes anime, you're really gonna enjoy it.
DeMarcus said, no one trumps Moroku from Inuyasha.
Yo,
what about Jiraiya? I think Jiraiya probably trumps Moroku.
But
who's
Jiraiya had willing
Naruto.
participants.
Naruto.
I've never
Jiraiya
seen
always
Naruto-
had willing.
Naruto, never seen it.
Not always.
Don't you ever say
Naruto.
Don't say that. Stop. I make
How
my
did,
ears ring.
How did Michael B. Jordan say it?
Like I just did.
Say it again.
Naruto.
Don't talk
didn't
about
hear
my husband like this, okay?
Your husband.
My husband.
Your husband could have partnered with
What?
somebody other than Coach.
Listen.
I'm not finna buy no
That's
Naruto
not-
jacket from Coach.
Yeah.
First
that's
of all,
kind
that's not for the hood. That's for the white folk.
Man, look,
And that's who he
should be
caters
catering to the hood.
That's what he's trying to do. That's where you get the money from. Y'all hood niggas ain't got no money. God damn it.
You didn't see the Kakashi jacket that I bought
No.
and had to give it away because that bitch was too small.
Oh, it's delightful. I love
How
it.
small was it?
It was if
I gave it to her because it was too small for me.
God damn it.
The only thing is that hoe is Polly and Esther, and I can't wear that in the summertime. It's
Interesting.
It's rough.
I can, cause
Let's see. Nick
Bad
said
bitches do
Escanor
it
is the Escanor. I think is the one that truly embodies his sin
Yes.
the best.
But you know what? You're
does.
sleeping on Meliodas. Like, you think, oh, how can he be, like, wrathful?
he's
Have
always
you ever
angry.
met a person with an anger
He's
problem?
always angry.
Just like, really, they
me.
seem, oh, hi, I'm so nice. The second
Like,
you do one
yo.
thing, they slip all the
Yo.
way off. Like,
It's not
Don't drag
even
me like
that.
that.
It's everything truly and generally pisses him off.
Yeah.
But he just he wants to brush this off because he knows when I get to that point, I'm not gonna come back. And if I
There's
get
no
to that
stopping
point
me.
right now, we will never get anywhere. So it's a testament to how much in control of his sin that he is, but he is fully engrossed. Like the nigga be mad over
See,
everything.
Lewis said,
You
I
cooked
love the
that
Lions
bacon wrong. God
Enterprise.
damn it. Like that.
DeMarcus said, Moroku didn't care about age. Jiraiya did.
Yeah, Moroku
You
did
sure
not care.
did.
You know,
Moroku
since we're
was
talking about that,
horrible.
what about Zenitsu? Remember he was like all over those two little girls at the rehabilitation thing? I was like, so
Why are we doing this?
so are those not children?
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
Are those
Let's
not children?
go ahead and change the subject here.
I mean,
What else you got for
If
yours,
you're talking
Sailor?
about
Yeah,
Hunter
what
x
else?
Hunter.
Huh? What else?
We're still on you.
Oh, let me get my top 5. So Sailor Moon's number 1.
Yeah.
I think number 2 should be. It's a tie between like Cowboy Bebop and Outlaw Star. I'm gonna give it to Outlaw.
Oh.
Outlaw Star. Number
Okay.
3 is Death Note.
Okay. You know, I don't like Death Note.
I can't get
Me
into it.
neither.
Very unpopular opinion. I don't like Death Note.
Why?
Yeah.
Actually,
I mean, it's not. The anime itself is not bad.
Yeah.
I think it's a really great story.
Yeah.
I just did not get into it. And I think the hype that everybody was loving Death Note so much pushed me away in a negative way. It usually doesn't. Like, usually I can dissociate as a motherfucker. Like, I'd be like, okay, y'all like it? Let me go
We'll
ahead
see.
and fucking look at this shit. And then I'd be like, oh, well, yeah, I like this. This is cool. Like, that's how I was with Naruto for a good little minute. And then I realized that some people do other things, and I'd be like, oh, I don't know
See,
about
Chris
that.
said, "Thank you. I don't like Death Note."
I know you.
Why?
I know you
To me,
don't.
Death
We
Note
had
was
this
just like, oh, let
conversation.
me see what he's gonna do next. Like that's why I like Death Note. It's not that I really like empathize with him or anything.
I
I'm
just,
like,
how much more exciting can it get?
I'm gonna.
You
write
are
your
writing
name
these
down.
people's names in this book, and then they
Write your name
die.
down twice.
but that's not it though. It's just a thing to
I'm
see
gonna
like
write
what
your name down.
I
in
was looking at
cursive.
it from the same.
Uh,
She's writing in cursive.
Yeah, Nick, you can definitely go ahead and call in. Can we get the
Hey,
number
yeah.
pinned to the thing? That way I don't have to keep
281
reading it.
330
Like I just wanted to see what was
8000.
like gonna do next.
Yeah,
That's-
if
that's
if
why
anybody
I-
wants to
that's why I
call
like
in,
79311.
yeah, if anybody wants to call in, go ahead,
Hey,
call
Please
in.
call in.
What's your phone? No, stop. We're gonna have a music. Yo, I'm writing it down like in the schedule. I'm scheduling things now. We're
Go
gonna have a
ahead.
music episode.
Madam Secretary.
Y'all know this is gonna go over an hour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is
Okay.
kind of going over.
But I'm okay. Can we order Domino's? I can't eat Domino's. Can we
See,
order
If you got
Panera?
a cheese
Lewis said
pizza,
Death Note was fire until L died.
For real?
Until no, I thought it was cool even after that to see Nier and
I don't know,
Mello
I
and
didn't
all
watch
that.
I ain't know
Oh,
he died.
well,
So,
I liked it all.
Did he write his own name?
Watched it several
I
times.
don't know. She said, did he write his own name in the book?
Girl, I don't
No,
know.
what's his name?
The
Mike
demon
said,
thing?
no, I didn't see your post, Mike. Like, what did you post?
What'd
Like,
you
I'm not
do?
seeing anything
Ringo.
from you.
No,
Can you see my
his
post?
name?
What post, boo?
That was him. I'm not seeing nothing
Whatever.
from Mike.
I'm
He
sorry.
writes
Let
on
me
everything.
let me clarify that right now. I'm known to say boo, love, sweetheart, baby.
She from New Orleans.
I'm from
Hun.
New Orleans. So I stopped with hun because hun mean I don't like you. So I do
What about
the
a
boo.
good sweetie?
Beloved is I really don't like you.
beloved.
Listen, beloved. Okay. Nah, Sweetie. I do Sweetie with older men. It's how I get my way.
Specifically.
Anyways, back to your list.
Yeah.
Oh, so Death Note, and then number 5. Who can I give number 5 to? I don't know. Well, I think I was at number 4. Number 4 is Flower We Saw That Day. That's like the only slice of life that I've actually like
For real?
really like is Flower We Saw That
Carol and
Day.
Tuesday.
I haven't watched that yet.
That's
See,
good.
Nick
Flower We
said
Saw That Day is what's up.
Nick said you from Louisiana like
Yeah.
him, and he said he's from Monroe.
Boy, we from 2 different Louisianas, and you know that.
North Louisiana and South
North
Louisiana.
Louisiana and South Louisiana are 2 different beasts. Like, for real. Some cities in North Louisiana be like Little Texas.
Shreveport.
Shreveport.
That was definitely a
But
shot
not
at Shreveport.
Monroe. But not Monroe. Monroe is like Cajun Louisiana. Like, you'll find more mudding. They'll do more country things in Monroe than they would ever do in like New Orleans. Like, I have never been mudding. I've never been camping.
Mudding don't even sound like it's fun. It's
It
like
actually looks fun.
It looks
is
fun
that?
It looks
if
fun,
you
but
don't mind fucking up your car.
I don't mind. Not the car.
It's
but
more
like
so just being muddy.
bikes.
Don't seem
Bless
like
your heart.
that's enjoyable to me. That seems like it's like sand. You know, you go to the beach
A
and you
bless
still
your
pulling
heart.
sand out of your ass crack for like 3 or 4 days afterwards. Just like, where is it coming from? I feel like that's the same thing with mud. Mud is insidious.
See, let's see. The market said, "Ever dropped a bless your heart?"
Have I?
I love a good bless your heart.
That's basically
That
fuck
was
off in Southern.
a real ignorant person one day, and I was just like, that was at work actually, and I was just like, you know what? Okay, bless your heart.
You know, I like.
And you gotta tilt your head so they can make sure that they get the meaning.
Jacob said Arklatex. I'm assuming that's like
I don't.
Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas.
Yeah, Arkansas,
That's
Louisiana,
Monroe.
Texas.
I
That's
never
what
seen
that's
that
what
before.
North Louisiana is really like.
No, I like a nice.
Ooh,
God's
Nick
gonna
out
bless
here
you.
actually
Oh, you
muds.
really mud? And they do a lot of hunting. My little brother is at ULM right now. He's actually the cameraman on all their football games. So my family like watches the ULM football games. It's like, oh, we're watching my little brother do something.
Oh wow!
He does stuff. You know?
Congratulations.
I know.
So let's get back to Sailor. What else?
What other
Oh,
interest?
Gets you in the blur?
Other than anime, I guess. I mean, I was really into Harry Potter, but it's kind of
Gang, gang.
done deal now.
It's not. I mean, we just gonna
We were
reminisce
too
about
old for
Yeah.
Pottermore. Like,
Too
I
old.
can't-
I'm never too old.
No, I
First
did
of all,
the.
it took me too long to get that damn
I'm a
email.
Gryffindor.
No, I'm Ravenclaw.
I'm a
And I even
Ravenclaw.
into the North American side of the lore. Like I
True
even know that
Ravenclaws.
story. Yes,
Oh, you deep.
I like anything to like get me back into Harry Potter. I will,
I'ma do
except for
it.
Cursed Child.
No.
So
Except
two
for Cursed Child.
Ravenclaws,
Yes, Ravenclaw.
Gryffindor,
Yeah.
You never did
Gang,
Potter
gang,
Book,
and
right?
Slytherin.
And of course, you're a Slytherin.
Slytherin.
You, of course,
I can
you
see
are.
that. I can see that all the
That's
way.
why I don't like.
Oh my God, he's gonna like abandon. If this is like a horror story, like have y'all seen American Horror Story?
Not which this new season Apocalypse.
Reminding me of Ray right now.
All I have to say is, if there's a
Abandon us.
crisis, I know who we got to kick off the boat first.
Why me?
Because he's gonna
you
fuck us
Leo
over to
also.
survive.
He's gonna be the thorn.
You're
in
gonna
my
try to
side.
be the captain, and you're not a captain.
and you're not a
Lewis.
captain, Lewis.
All
You
I
ain't
do
got
is
no
all I
captainly
do is
skills.
all I do is throw my input in. You don't have to listen
And
to my
that's the
input.
problem.
That's, we don't need that
I
shit.
don't
You
need
don't
that.
have to listen to
So
it.
the first bullet goes to Lewis.
Really? So which one of y'all can survive on an island by yourself?
Obviously, me.
I can.
Really?
Y'all have
Actually,
survival
yeah.
skills for real?
I can
Actually,
garden.
Yeah, I was.
You know how to
I
start
was a
fire?
Girl Scout, like
We gonna see.
legitly.
We gonna see when this camping trip
Nah, I
hit.
can't.
I was a Girl Scout legitly.
I was
so
a Girl Scout also. We ain't never. They
Do
didn't
you know
trust us
which
to start no
plants to eat
fires.
and which not to?
I
First
do.
of all, there's a way to test that, and yes.
Who
Right.
you give it to Lewis?
So we keep Lewis alive. We shoot him in his
Shoot him
kneecap.
in the kneecap.
Right.
We're gonna time up.
Yes.
I'm
Perfect.
revealing all the plan here.
Right. Taste this. Or
Ravenclaw
die.
all day.
Or
Hufflepuff,
and die.
Ravenclaw.
Who knows?
Hold up. Are there absolutely no other Gryffindors watching this show?
I don't think
Probably
so.
not. Oh yeah, right.
See,
now.
Alicia said
I'm
Ravenclaw all day.
alone.
DeMarcus
I'm
said
all
Hufflepuff.
alone. That's okay. I wear my red every day.
No, they're Gryffindors.
I wear my red every day.
I don't care. I'm Slytherin. I don't give a fuck.
Of course.
Snaky.
Just
No, not
Yeah,
Slytherin.
does anybody in the chat
just-
watch
I
American
do-
Horror Story? That's
I
one of
do.
my
That's
other nerd
another
nuggets.
We have a
good
caller.
thing.
Ooh,
Hey.
I'm excited.
Caller, what's going on?
What's going on, y'all? This is Nick.
This is Nick. What's up? What's up? What's up?
What up, love?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Watching this game right now. But real quick, I just want
I
to
see this
drop
game?
my
Okay.
top 5 animes.
Right, okay.
So, in no particular order, we're going to go Cowboy Bebop,
Okay.
Yu Yu Hakusho,
Yeah.
Yes.
Trigun.
Ooh.
I never watched that one.
Yeah, I
That's
do
a
like
little too old
Trigon.
for me.
Trigun is dog.
It is lit.
It's like one of my favorite animes. A lot of people don't like it, and it's short, but I like Big O. Big O.
Oh, you know what, Big O? Yeah, I can do Big O.
What's this now?
It was alright.
Big O. It was on Toonami.
Big O got on my nerves.
See.
Early 2000s.
What? Why?
The
Big O got
theme
on my
song was kind of
I
cool.
like Big O. Big O.
Toonami played the fuck out of us.
Big O.
The theme song was so dramatic.
Yo, Toonami played the fuck out of us.
Why?
They showed the same Big O episodes in rotation, and you couldn't tell
I
if
was
this
like,
was the beginning of the series
this
or
is
the
good.
end.
It
of
was
the
amazing.
series.
I loved the whole
It
thing.
circled itself, and I was so upset when I realized that. I was like, "Wait a minute, didn't I just watch this? Didn't I just watch this like a week ago?" And I
Okay,
was like,
cool.
"Wait a minute,
Yeah, I had
this is
to
supposed to be the
check
last
anime
episode,
shit.
and it's the first episode. How they do it? You know what? I'm done. If they lose their memory one more time,
Hey,
I'm
what
done.
game you watching, bro?
Texas OU.
Oh, I'm watching South Carolina and Georgia. I need Georgia to lose, so when LSU wins, they can hop up to the #1 spot.
I mean,
South Carolina is actually.
So who you got? Who you got
Hey,
going?
me.
Who you think going all the way this year?
Oh, I think LSU does.
You think LSU?
LSU?
I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
sorry to hear that, bro.
I don't see. I honestly legitimately don't see a team that can stop them. Alabama's defense is very, very suspect. I think
know
LSU.
you are
I
not
don't know, bro.
Hercules.
Them motherfuckers.
Yo,
When the last time Alabama ain't been in the damn?
that's a good question. Alabama's
Hi,
always up there.
Last time
Oh.
the niggas ain't been there.
I can tell you the last time. The last time they ain't been there was the year that they lost to ULM, which was Nick
Ooh.
Saban's first year.
Hey,
That was how long ago?
That was in 2000.
That's why I was singing.
Oh, so it's
Mine
been a
occupied.
we got a decade of Alabama being in the
It's
goddamn.
Alabama. Alabama.
I'm not even an Alabama fan. I hope Texas beat the shit out them today. But
Yeah,
them
can
niggas
we-
definitely
can
making
we
it.
rein this back in? Can we?
Oh, no, they-
Yeah, he got to
This
finish his
ain't-
anime
yeah,
list.
this ain't
You did
really
not
flirty.
finish this
Oh,
list.
my-
Yeah.
He only got
My
two or
last
two or
anime,
three. I
and
think.
My last feel like I'm down this hill alone is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
You're
You
not
know
on
what?
the. You
I
are
haven't
not
watched
alone
that
on that
yet.
hill. You know you're not.
I would
That
like to.
fandom, that entire
I
like,
haven't
that
watched
fandom-
it. I remember
Everybody
the
real
video
fandom is
game, but I
live.
haven't watched the series.
that fandom is so live. It's
Them
not.
niggas are worse than fucking Dragon Ball fanboys.
I wouldn't
Hey,
say
man,
that.
JoJo
They are
is
worse
lit.
than Dragon
And
Ball.
No,
heard
I
y'all
wouldn't say
talk
that
about
either,
the
because-
dub thing, but I think JoJo has like one of the best dubs I've ever seen. Like the voice acting on that shit. is-
Oh yeah. It's top notch on that. It's
Yeah,
really
it's like
good.
Can
one
I
of the best
briefly
dubbed
interject?
animes I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, what's up?
How do y'all feel about Funimation and that whole brouhaha
What's going on?
What's going on in Funimation?
with the I can't pronounce that man's last name, but Vegeta's voice actor.
Oh, the voice actor.
What's he doing?
He's I think he's suing him or something.
He tried to sue them
Why?
back, but the judge threw out most of his cases
Dang.
Why?
because, like, they were saying, you know, this is a bad dude. He's been touching folk. He's been yelling at folk. He's been acting up, and he's like, no, defamation, slander, and it's like you can't get slandered if it's true.
So
Playboy.
he's been playing Vegeta a little
In
bit
real
too.
life.
Right.
A little bit
First
too
of
perfect.
all,
Got a little
first
Meth
of all,
Broly there.
first of all, Vegeta ain't never touched nobody. That didn't want to be touched. Let's put that there. Okay.
We don't know what happened. We
You're not
don't know.
gonna-
Sensitive.
You're
I
not
don't know
gonna-
what happened while
'cause
he was
we're
still
not-
We
on
don't know what
Saiyan
happened.
Planet.
Yes, we do.
I feel like
He was like
He
five.
just showed up on Earth, and that was all that we knew about him.
Man, look, Vegeta don't touch nobody. Vegeta don't
The
care.
Saiyans were basically space pirates.
Yeah,
So-
so
He
he could
was
have
touching
been a
hella
lot of
people.
touching going on.
Niggas had a
There was a lot
lot
of blowing up.
Some inappropriate
too.
touching too.
I'll
Also,
blow you up.
that too. After a lot of touching probably on
Yeah,
that
there's
planet that
probably
he
a lot
just
of
blew up.
pillaging and touching, and then we're done here, and then
Okay.
blew it up.
Nah.
keep it moving.
Destroy
Hey,
the evidence.
Destroy planets can't tell no tales.
First of all,
He's not wrong. There we go. Another point for Lewis.
all right. Why are you giving him that?
Right, what's
So
your last
what
your
else you got?
last
What else
of
you
your
got,
top
Nick? You
five?
got one more.
Yeah, that's the last one.
Oh, I got one more.
Mhm.
If I had to say one more, it would be shit. It's a hard one. Out of all anime
always
I've
is.
seen, let's see.
Parasite.
Oh, it's probably Bleach.
Can't like that.
Bleach.
Bleach.
Yeah.
When they were doing that weird vampire arc, I kind of like got out of
I
it.
I feel
tuned
like
out.
Bleach is just. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Niggas with
Bleach
big
was
swords.
Bleach made their universe too goddamn powerful for their own good,
They did.
and they didn't know what to do with it.
Nothing.
Their fits was fresh though.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
Sailor Moon's universe is like OP.
But they
First
knew what
of
they
all,
were doing.
Hey,
What
Hey,
you're not
There's
gonna
nothing
do
wrong with Sailor Moon,
Hey,
first of all.
is attack Sailor Moon
We
with
not
true
doing
Sailor
that.
Moon
Perfection.
fans on this panel, boo.
So,
That's not gonna
I'm
happen.
I'm far from a Sailor Moon fan, but I can't say that they knew what they were doing
Yes,
when they made them
exactly.
that powerful.
right.
Bleach made their universe way too fucking powerful for what they were trying to do, and then it got to the point where it's like, oh shit, I don't know what to do with this character. Which is why Aizen is still fucking living.
Yeah.
Because you can't even write this motherfucker off screen because you've pretty much set that this nigga is the very definition of immortal.
The voice actor.
Thank you, Ian.
DeMarcus Redrick just told us that he played.
But it only happens
Broly.
like in the manga. Though. Like I finished out the manga, and I feel like the direction of it was like I don't know, it was very cool.
I didn't finish the Bleach. I didn't finish the.
After Kenpachi took out a reality warper, I'm just like, okay, I'm done. I don't know how the fuck this nigga did this, but
no, I was done with Bleach when when it decided to put every single powerful thing into Ichigo's background. Hereditary,
which was all planned by Aizen. Again, they just wrote some shit out that sounded good on paper and didn't know how to execute.
It was planned by another. You got to read the manga.
It's another.
That's what Aizen said.
It's like the king.
Talking about Yawatch or whatever the fuck.
What's his name? The king. What's his name? Planned all of this.
Whatever the fuck. I can't pronounce it.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yawatch.
I just felt like this was just so. It was too much, and I was just like, that's like the Ninja War in Naruto. This last Ninja War in Naruto, I did not need a plot behind a plot with a subplot into a plot.
You know what? That white Zetsu, black Zetsu shit was stupid.
I did not need three things.
The white Zetsu, black Zetsu? Yeah. It was dumb.
I
feel like
that's why I don't like Naruto.
I tried to watch Naruto. I was like,
this is anything else anything else you want to get on, Nick, before we gotta let you go?
You should ask him the question.
Yeah, let me ask you the same question that I asked Alexa. So, with you being a viewer, what are some things that you would expect from us to do as hosts of a podcast? Something that you would love to see us do.
Other than hood rat shit.
Other than hood rat shit with hood rat friends, because we're gonna have a Henny bottle up here one day.
But will it be very special Henny?
Nah,
popcorn.
I ain't got Shannon Sharp money, so I can't be bringing it up.
Henny bottle's pretty good.
Maybe like the last thing that last caller said, like and it doesn't have to be like an expensive gift. You know what I'm saying? Like you could like go to the dollar store, pick up something and raffle it off.
Okay. So that's two for.
Wait, what did he say?
He just said we could pick up something and raffle it off. That's kind of cool.
Okay.
You know, I give
it like pick up like some. The dollar store got like.
Yeah. I ain't spending.
I mean, I do travel and come back, so if I ever find something, that I'd be like, oh, this would be cool.
I'm gonna do a shot glass giveaway.
Hey,
I'm gonna get a shot glass today.
Like,
raffles are illegal.
Like raffle off like an anime DVD set.
Apparently, giveaways and raffles are illegal in Texas.
I didn't know that. No, giveaways.
Giveaways are illegal in Texas.
No, raffles are illegal in Texas.
Why?
Raffles are illegal, not giveaways. Okay, so we can do giveaways.
Never mind.
We can do giveaways too.
Maybe there's some type of gambling.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it's a form of gambling the way they look at it.
It kind of is.
But yeah, anything else, Nick, before we gotta let you go?
Nah, that's it, man.
All right, man.
I'm gonna hop back in the comments and continue watching.
Hey.
All right, man. Thank you for calling in. Yep.
Bye, love.
Except for Big O.
No, Big O's good. Whatever.
I got a
Big
question
O
though.
is 12 episodes recycled.
So
y'all rock with Samurai Champloo?
I do.
Yeah.
Y'all rock with Cowboy Bebop?
Hell yeah.
How y'all feel about Space Dandy? Because I like Space
Yo,
Dandy.
Space Dandy's
give Space Dandy a chance. I have not watched it yet.
Space Dandy is one of those
It's
fun
one of them
shows.
fun ass.
It's like that. You've been watching
write that
serious
down.
anime.
Yeah, and I just need a
There's
palate
certain
cleanse.
anime that I just need to just give me the fun stuff.
Right.
I need the filth, the fun. Oh my God, they're flying through
The
space
raunchy
with
shit,
no
the-
real.
Yeah.
I need no real storyline, no
Just
real plot.
shit is
twist,
happening
just
to them.
run,
Yeah.
just run around rampant, and I need that. That one, Tenchi Muyo, was a good one for me for a good while.
Teaching Me was good.
And I don't know if many people do it, but like I go back and I watch Dragon Ball.
Nah.
Like regular Dragon Ball.
old
Because
Dragon
it's
Ball
so,
when he was a kid.
yeah,
It's
'cause
so
it's
fun. It's fun. It's not
so fun
Yeah.
loving. It's so uplifting.
like when Goku almost accidentally killed General Tao and
Yo.
everybody like laughed at the
He's
shit.
like, no, he was like, I killed him. And he was like, you did what? No, I killed him. I killed him myself. And I was just like,
Nigga, you're
Goku,
10.
what? I'm like, oh yeah, I climbed this mountain by myself, barehanded.
Yeah.
Goku, you're 5.
Fucking Power Pole took me
Bruh.
from
Extend.
the Earth up until the
Up to
goddamn
the-
moon. Like shit like that was just fucking amazing.
Yeah, that was
Whatever happened to
crazy.
it?
Let's see. Ian Boyle said, "Yo, I want to say what's up,
I'm
Admin
gonna come up
Blade.
with
That's
a theory
me.
about that.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Shout
you.
out to the panel, which is y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing blurred women.
Yay, thank you,
So
Ian.
shout out to y'all. Yeah. Let's see. Ari said, "Hey, Roll Tide."
Oh, he played Brawl.
Okay. Yeah, he said he played Brawly.
Yeah.
Not Vegeta.
Who?
It's
Chris?
the dude that
The Funimation guy.
the Funimation thing that we were talking about. It's
Oh,
actually the dude that
the
played,
Broly voice actor. Okay.
Orton fanboy.
Yeah, okay. He said DeMarcus said, of course, Lewis is Slytherin. He's an Orton fanboy.
Of course.
Okay. Randy Orton is my favorite current. He's not my favorite of all time.
I mean,
but
Randy Orton. Hold up, Randy Orton
is that nigga.
is that nigga.
Is
Let's
that
not
nigga.
let's not play with Randy
It's not
Orton.
disrespect. It's not
Let's
disrespect.
not disrespect that one.
The 14-time world champion.
I mean,
Only 2 people ahead of him.
yo. Side note, and this probably gonna make a lot of people cry. Y'all ever seen something from Eddie Guerrero?
Yeah.
Like just like a clip of him being real happy.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you, there was a clip posted on my time
Like
feed.
2
and I
days
just
ago on his
watched
birthday?
that.
I watched that entire
I watched that
goddamn thing.
clip, and I was just like, yo, I'm gonna cry.
Wrestling.
No,
It's
I
a
don't
wrestling.
watch
Yeah.
It's a. It,
Eddie Guerrero was that
Eddie
nigga.
Guerrero.
Honestly, y'all should have been right here in the middle.
Yes,
No.
yeah.
Jiving and
Me her
vibing.
on
It's
the
too-
end.
Nah,
two-
because I was gonna kill him.
It's 2 Spanish folks you don't talk about. Eddie Guerrero and Selena.
Nah. You do never.
Them
Not
2.
Selena's.
You don't talk about it. You
Anything
can't.
for
You really can't
Selena's.
speak. You really can't speak negative on those 2 though.
Because they were
They
so
didn't
Selena
do
died
no-
before she could do something terrible.
I don't think she would have
I
ever
I don't think
done
she
I don't
would have
think
done anything
so.
terrible.
I don't
Even
think
when
she
you
would
look
have ever
Nice
done
little
anything
girl
terrible.
from Corpus
She
Christi.
seemed nice. Though.
Not that one.
at,
I
there's
like the
nothing-
movie. I like her music. It was nice.
If you read her interviews,
That's
I
cool
love
on
her
the floor.
interviews.
Really?
Yeah, she's just really like she was really
Seems
like
like a
fun
nice
loving.
person.
Let's see, and then
Well,
Eddie
what-
Guerrero was just
Eddie
man,
Guerrero
like,
was
there's
just Eddie.
nobody in the locker room said anything bad about Eddie. Like
Like you
That-
could
Eddie was Friday Night
dislike
Smack-
him. He was.
Like
you
The
can
Rock-
dislike him all you want, but as soon as he come on screen, you are immediately having fun.
Like The Rock,
This is
The Rock,
immediately gonna be a fun
The Rock
situation.
made up the phrase SmackDown, but Eddie Guerrero took that show to a whole new level. That
Yeah, I don't know.
that shit
Boy,
was just
he would salsa up a
All I know is
stage.
Macho Man,
Oh.
Randy Savage, and The Undertaker. That's
Yeah,
it.
Oh,
Undertaker.
yeah.
I liked him.
Did the- y'all don't understand.
that goddamn
Nah.
lowrider.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm
We don't know shit.
I know, right? We gonna get off wrestling because you.
gonna
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
off. I'm
Let's
gonna
see
get off
what's-
Eddie
So,
Guerrero.
let's
I'm not
just
on
write
wrestling.
and
Eddie.
sports. Just any
Let's
type.
see.
of
That's a
like
Lewis
Disney
thing.
movies?
Those
I
are
love
things that we are
Disney.
good on.
Yo,
How do y'all
nobody
feel about
said
Disney?
Disney was their nerddom, but
I like
Disney is the
Disney.
biggest nerddom of
coming
all.
up.
I love it.
DeMarcus said Jiren's storyline was the laziest shit ever.
It is.
As Dragon Ball Super, it was.
It is.
I
There's
definitely
there's
think it was.
absolutely no.
She seems like a HOTD
Who are we
girl.
talking about?
High School of the Dead.
Oh, High School of the
Who?
Dead.
I don't know which one of you
Yeah.
saying seems like a High
Which
School
one
of the Dead
us?
person.
Who you
All
talking
right,
about?
it's a 3 she's.
Can't be me.
Let's see. Jacob says Cowboy Bebop, Samurai
Right.
Champloo,
Uh-huh.
8th MS Team. I don't even know what the hell that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I watched that.
Wolf's Rain, anything Shinichiro Watanabe.
Oh yeah, touches his gold.
Shit and shit up.
Oh, you know what I like? XXX Holic. You ever heard of that one?
I have heard. I've seen it.
I love that one.
I didn't watch it, but I've
Tsubasa
seen the title.
Chronicles. all
Let's
that.
see.
Yeah.
Nick said, "Oh man, don't get me started on wrestling. That's
We
like
not.
a big part of my nerd life.
Nah,
it is, bro.
I mean, it's a big
We
part.
don't
Chris
know about
Jericho.
wrestling.
Chris Jericho is the goat, and you cannot tell me otherwise.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
I believe you.
Honestly, if you
I
say
mean,
so.
He's got
He got everything.
got a point. He does have a point, and I don't want to agree with Lewis. So let's move on to other topics.
It's hateful.
Let's see.
It's
Anything
hateful.
else you want to
It
touch
just
up
feels
on,
like
on,
ash.
on your nerd?
Anime, I mean, other than like anime, Disney movies, Harry Potter. I mean, I really like opera music and stuff.
Really?
It's like my secret dream. I'm telling y'all a secret. Like, it's my secret
I
dream.
love musicals.
To like sing, like to go on like America's Got Talent and like sing opera or something. But I
I'm not gonna put you
don't
on
know
the
how
spot
to
right
do
here.
that.
We're gonna
No, I don't know how to do it. It's my dream on the inside.
Right.
Maybe one day I'll do it.
Like if she finds a dragon scale, that's gonna be her wish.
Yes.
Like,
Nick
don't
said,
ruin
"Nah, I
it.
actually
Yes,
agree
that's
with
my
that."
secret wish.
he
Yeah,
agrees with
Jericho's.
you.
You can't argue that Jericho's the goat. Everywhere this man
Mobile
goes,
Suit
he
Gundam.
makes
That's
that
what
shit
I
hot.
thought it was.
I could never get.
I don't
into
like
Mobile
no
Suit
Gundam.
Gundam.
Okay,
Ace.
Ace Mobile
I
Suit
could
too.
never
I've
get
seen
into
no,
that.
but I watch episodes every now and then of Gundam. I just don't get
Gundam
into
just
it.
feels psychosexual in a way. You
What?
have a
Break it down, Professor. Professor Dave.
Yeah, give
Dave
it
Fillet.
to him.
no. It's just like y'all already know that Japan is fucked up from them,
there's
the
something wrong
bombs.
with them.
True.
Yeah, but they were fucked up prior to that. Like they've
Yeah.
had hentai a long time.
They used
But
to
it's
draw
just
some
something
horrible
about
shit.
you have a small, vulnerable, not scantily clad, but usually in something very tight, human person inserting themselves into this metal,
You got a point.
not a homunculus, but rather just like
Shell. Just say shell.
Shell.
a
It's
shell. Yeah, but and then going on a rampage. It just feels
So
it's almost American Psycho. Like
that's with almost anything that has to do with
Machine.
controlling a machine. They always
That's
have
always the
some.
machine
Even
thing.
even Tony Stark, like his body, he has a bodysuit for the most part. If he's
It's
he's
a
actually
bodysuit, though.
prepped to get into his
but
shit.
we don't
versus on the
sexualize
fly.
Tony Stark.
Women do.
I don't.
No.
Robert Downey Jr. does
I
not
would love for you to find
ring
and
my
all of
bell.
these-
It's not like
tag
Thor.
these
Thor is
women in the
sexualized.
video.
Have you
It's
seen?
not
Have
like-
have you
Have you
read the?
Have you
fanfics?
seen Thor?
Have you read
Have you
fanfics?
read
No. You've been reading fan.
I read
Yeah,
a lot of
who
shit.
reads
All right, the shit gets
Oh.
weird. Shit gets weird. All right.
Lewis.
Intriguing.
All right. First of all, this ain't about me.
Oh, it is.
Do you be
Oh,
writing
it
the
is.
fanfics?
Ooh.
I wish I was that creative.
I wrote a fanfic.
I used to
Way
read
back
Sailor
I don't
Moon
believe you.
fanfics while I'm talking. Like,
No,
I am not that
I-
creative.
I'd like to
Nah.
see your internet browsing history.
I'm.
Look, don't check my phone.
I mean, you keep scrolling to the left, you can see some shit you don't want to see.
Shit.
Tabletop loot dice. My Gmail,
I
Facebook.
didn't, no, my friend, I want you to go to the file. I want you to go to history.
go to the file. You know what file I'm talking about?
You know
the
exactly
file.
what file I'm talking about.
Where is
Up
that?
there at the top there. Yeah.
Incognito.
Yeah. Fuck your incognito. No, I want the full history. I want go back 3 weeks. I want
Myths and
just what was
misconceptions
you do,
about the
what was you
Wild
up
Wild
to
West, my
on
inbox.
September 3rd around 9 a.m. What was you
Goddamn
doing?
thing.
Not September 3rd. That's
Hey.
my mama's birthday. Don't do that.
I mean, I was gonna say my birthday, but that's my birthday, so I don't want to know what
September 3rd is
filth
my
he was
mother's
getting into
birthday.
on that day.
Don't,
Shit in
don't
here.
do that on my mama's birthday.
Double XL freshman ciphers.
Sir, that's what you were doing when I got here.
Yeah, you're right. Let me go back.
I know.
Let's see.
I gave you a date, and you chose to disregard it.
Oh, you want that actual date? Let's go.
Yeah.
Why are we doing
God damn, this is a long ass goddamn
We
time.
being petty.
Yeah.
petty, dog?
This shit is.
In other news.
Wait, my shit-
Petty's the only way I know how to be, honestly.
In other news.
And that's why we-
also,
that's
I
why
wanna
we
click
that's why we
big O
click.
with Cole. Yes.
To do what?
Yo, but the anime he just mentioned, I don't know how to. I never say anime right. I always say it how I want to say it.
I always assumed that
What
was
is
code gay ass.
Code
Oh,
Geass.
yes. Oh, that's what I
Geass.
was trying to think of. Code
Geass?
Geass. That's why I
Geass.
said Geass.
I say geese.
I was
Geass.
gonna say
Code
gay ass.
I say Kogies every time. But yo, there are certain deaths in that anime that are in my box, and we don't discuss those.
Oh yeah,
I
you
just
do
need
have
you-
that box of deaths.
Yo, I had to run Lewis down what the box really means before like an anime episode, because okay,
Let's see,
when certain
September.
people die,
YouTube.
the death affects you in such a way that you don't want to relive that death, so you don't bring it up.
Antonio
For
Brown,
instance,
YouTube.
That's like Dumbledore in Sirius Black.
Dumbledore
Sirius
in
Black
the
more
book.
so. Yeah.
Sirius
Yeah, not
Black
in the
is
movie, in the black.
definitely
In the book.
in the-
When
in the
Sirius
book.
died in the book,
Nope.
I felt that shit.
Yes,
I was like,
I had to close
he
the
fe-
book and be
he
like,
went
let me
behind the
just take a
curtain?
break.
But
But he
there's
went back behind the curtain. Like, he coming back, right? He
wait.
finna jump out and be like, I made it, y'all.
Come
Like,
back.
So
Yo, Alicia's so
said,
stupid.
Nobody decode gay
Gay
ass.
I said what I said and I meant it.
So,
you know, like, y'all catch that new episode of Code Gas?
And everybody else is just like, what?
Whoa.
Anyways, what if
If
you
y'all
got,
didn't know how to pronounce it, y'all be rocking right with me.
I said geese.
you got that one person in the room that's like agreeing and shit, and they're thinking you're talking about something completely fucking different that they saw.
Y'all looking at
So now you just unintentionally
It's a whole
expose somebody
nother
else.
show.
Yeah. Damn.
I'm not judging.
So what else you got on your nerdum?
I think that's it, really.
Is it?
Now we gotta
That I
get to
can think of.
Lewis.
Damn.
Yes.
Okay.
God damn. Is
Um,
anybody really interested in?
Everybody's
Where's
interested in me.
my
Let's see. Of course, I'm a podcaster. This is my
Of
second
course.
podcast that I do.
Yeah.
I'm a comics fan. Marvel, DC, Image. I'm not that big into Image.
How you
Dark
feel
Horse.
about Milestone?
I feel about what?
Milestone.
I ain't started anything from Milestone yet.
And you call yourself a man of color.
Hey. First of all, they sold Static Shock to goddamn.
That's not my business.
So the best, arguably the second best African American character, they traded away.
first?
Black Panther.
Okay.
Let's see.
Wait. Are you saying that because of the
No, Black Panther.
latest? With
No, Black Panther
Panther,
has
or are you
always
saying
been.
that
Black Panther
because
has
of
always
overall?
been like the most popular African American
Yeah.
comic book character.
I didn't
yeah.
like the movie. Sue me.
You are cut off.
It depends. on what you-
Disconnect
I
her
don't like
mic.
the movie because I don't like.
Disconnect her mic. She is no longer a part of us. I'm
Nah,
sorry.
Nah,
I
why
don't
you don't
like
like the movie?
undertones of the movie.
What undertones are you?
The undertones is like African Americans are violent, evil, and bad. And
That's
like,
not what it was.
That's
It
what
was-
it seemed like.
Well, no,
that was your takeaway. But
That's
what
what
really
they sound like they
happens
was trying
is
to say.
African Americans have developed. I'm getting hypothetical again. I'm getting real philosophical.
Go for it.
African
It made me mad
Americans.
because it's not Black Panther at all.
But see, the thing is, we African Americans have adapted to the culture that we have been forced to live in.
Yeah.
And thus
Preach.
we have also taken apart what our oppressor does to other people.
Preach.
So we end up doing that to other people. Technically speaking, African Americans are very, very prejudiced, and we are very, very... we like to safeguard certain things. Technically speaking, African American people as a whole, not individually, we have a very big bias against the gay lesbian community, which extends from they
That's
get
not what the
other.
movie was about.
But I'm saying
No, but she's just
that's
using it as an
a
example.
practice that we have adopted. So what really happened is Killmonger adopted the lessons of his oppressors, and that's what happens, and that's what translates over.
That's not how I
That's
thought
exact-
at all.
You kind of got
That's
because
not
then,
what
you
you
then you
thought.
got to remember.
Killmonger
But that's
had
what
a
he
right
did.
to the. He played by their. He went in. He had a right to the throne anyway. He was
But-
part of the royal family, and he won fair and square.
He did not win fair and square.
How did he not?
Because
did
he
win.
was
He
not
did
there
win.
on challenge day. Technically speaking, if we're talking
Oh, then why
fair
did they
and-
allow it then? Why did they allow
That's
it?
not my
Why
fault,
did they
man. I
allow
just
it?
found out about this
Then
shit.
why did they
Like,
allow it?
So the
Why
way
did they allow it?
okay,
He
so
wasn't there on
Nah.
challenge day because they left his ass. Like they would never. Left
here's the
his
thing
ass,
though.
boom,
There,
they could've took
there's
him
here's the
with
thing.
problem,
There's a
not
challenge day,
with
but if you're royalty, you can challenge that
You
at
can
any time.
challenge at
Exactly,
any
and
time.
he is royal. So,
So
then
he's-
he won fair and square. And Black Panther's when he cheated.
He
come
didn't
back like,
die.
Nah, I didn't die.
He didn't die.
He didn't die.
He said, "I
That's
never
what-
died. I did not die.
What's
I
my-
am not
what's-
dead.
This is my
and
favorite
as you
quote.
can see,
This
I
is-
never surrendered.
This is my favorite quote from the
I
originals.
never surrendered."
This is my favorite quote
And
from the
as you
originals,
can
and I know
see,
you're gonna appreciate this. When Freya says this all the time, there's a loophole in everything,
There is, yeah.
Every
and that was a
everything.
fucking
Every-
loophole.
Yep.
The Black Panther.
Yep.
He didn't die.
Away.
He didn't quit.
That's true.
So
I did
Technically-
Killmonger was still right.
He said, "I didn't."
I
I mean, he,
Killmonger was still right.
he
Like
was-
all they did at the end was go
I'm
put
glad
a
somebody agrees
STEM
with me when I say that.
education center in
I didn't
But-
agree
but-
with you. I said
that's
that
the thing,
independently
though.
out of
It's
my
a-
mouth.
but I didn't want to
And
say
then
it
you're
because
like,
people
I'm
disagree.
gonna open up. I'm gonna
He
open up
was-
my country, and you guys can come here.
He
For
was
what? Like,
right.
that's
He
so
didn't.
dumb.
He didn't
He
open
was-
it up to everybody though.
Killmonger
That's
was
so
right in
dumb.
the sense
Black
of
Panther
that
was weak.
include
I would have
that
been
that
Killmonger all the way.
Killmonger is
I'd
correct
fuck
in
the
the
shit out
sense
of
of
Killmonger.
Yeah.
shit. That's my husband. I can't.
We can all agree on that.
To me, he's right in the sense of y'all had the technology, the capabilities, and the
And you
means
have
to
not
help.
been doing
They
it.
did
You
Yeah.
haven't
shit,
done
and they
anything.
continue
But
to not do shit.
his
with it.
implementation of it,
Continue.
his implementation was completely and totally wrong.
Yeah,
Why?
you can't force it on him. You can't force that.
But he didn't. How you
So
say
in
he
order to
forced- he
beat my
went
oppressor,
there-
in order to beat my oppressor, I'm gonna act just like him.
Exactly.
That is,
Why?
you know, that's Animal Farm. That's the
That's-
pigs started
Yeah,
wearing
go
clothes and walking on hind
Why is
legs.
he
and
acting like the
the
oppressor?
animals
I
were
just
looking
don't
between
get
the
it.
pigs
whole-
and the
his
humans
whole
couldn't
motive
tell
was-
which
Couldn't
from
tell
which.
from which.
But at the same time,
get it.
we are not animals.
We're not.
So, yeah,
should-
you don't want to take on the role of the oppressor. But at the same
They wouldn't do
time,
what they would do
like
either. That
Mussolini
was
got the
fucking
trains
doing.
running on time. You can say what
Hey.
you want about fascism.
That's truth.
So
that
it's
is
like,
truth.
if this is the means
That's a
to
horrible
get
truth.
to where we need to be,
I mean, there are other. I believe that there are other options. There are other avenues that have not been explored.
Yeah,
to
for
get us
sure.
to where
But
we are not.
but when you look at the
but where
character of
we're supposed to
Killmonger,
be.
this is somebody who's been war trained.
trained. That's
all he
automatic
knows is
training.
war.
All I know is
and that's, you know,
come in,
That's not
divide.
true. Killmonger's
come
like,
in.
smart. He's
No,
very
in the
intelligent.
movie
Very
he's smart.
intelligent.
Yeah, but
but
he's,
he's still a soldier.
It's
Yeah.
military
It's
training.
what she was
he
saying.
did
You
exactly
take
what he
on-
did.
you
He
take on
came
those traits.
in, he divided, and then he conquered. And then when I conquer, I'm going to establish my rule.
Exactly.
Which means that no other king will come after me. So I'm going to burn everything that you had as tradition.
Exactly.
I make your tradition
See, I didn't
now.
even like how they even like made him like burn it and then like slap the old woman and stuff. It's
That
that
just
was
kinda, like,
unnecessary.
yeah,
That's him.
it's just like
That's
it's
him.
necessarily saying.
But
that
that's
not
also-
only
that's how you
over
establish
here with
order.
us
That's how he establishes
African-Americans.
order.
It's like, if
You
I'm
are-
respectful to
that's
You
why
are
he
you,
did
taking Killmonger
That's-
as a whole face value of African Americanism.
That's, I feel like
and
that's
that
what they
is
were
just
trying
ridiculous.
to say.
So this is-
Like,
this is-
I
this is-
feel like
this
I
is
feel
why
like
he did it
was
though.
just An undertone just in there, like you're just fucking better than me.
This is
because
what.
you're,
That's
like-
exactly how he felt.
That's
He's better than
exactly-
all of them.
he's
That's how
better
he
than all
felt.
of them.
He's
That's
better than
exactly
all
how
of
he
them.
felt.
Nobody's gonna come after me because guess what? Now,
I
since we
mean-
can't have this, we can't have there can't be a ceremony if I burn all the all the
Yeah.
heart shaped herbs.
that's true.
I have to make you choose. I have to make you do something else.
Exactly.
I
I'll
get to
figure
do
it
And
out
guess
when
what?
we get there.
And I
I've
will
already
figure out
proved.
what you
I've
do.
already proved that none of you niggas can fuck with me without the heart shaped herb.
Facts.
That's true. Yeah.
So, what else can
What
they
else?
do?
What else? do
Yeah.
you
Who's
What-
who's
what
gonna
do we
challenge
need it
me?
for?
Y'all seen what I can do with? Y'all seen what I can do without it?
Not dead.
Y'all seen what I can do without the heart
I
appreciate
I
that.
have never surrendered.
Yo, so
The challenge shall continue.
so that was the reason why he destroyed it though, because again, with or without the herb, nobody really
can
could fuck with him
contest
to
him.
take the throne. Nobody. Even T'Challa. Both of them had the herb, but Killmonger was clearly winning that fight.
Clearly winning that fight.
Up until, you know.
I would like to see
T'Challa.
M'Baku go against Killmonger just for fun.
That-
But mostly
Killmonger
because I
would
just
slaughter
wanted
him.
to I wanted to continue
That's
watching
another
Killmonger
man.
T'Challa
grapple.
wouldn't kill. T'Challa
That is
didn't want to
another
kill.
man.
T'Challa
You know,
didn't
the
want
whole
to
thing
kill.
about Winston is his knees about just the width of my finger.
His knee?
His legs. That man been skipping leg.
I
day
mean, wait a minute,
consistently.
because when he was in because when he was in Us and he laid on that bed, I was like, and there's my seat.
Anyways, no, but
He ain't
T'Challa,
got no
T'Challa,
thigh strength to carry you through.
I just didn't like it because
He could lay
it
there.
was like if you're going by like the comics or whatever, like it doesn't seem like there was ever like any discussion about like African Americans versus like Africans. So you
But
like you
that's
brought
the
it
thing.
in.
We have to
and
also
you did it in a
consider who's-
disparaging way, and it made me upset. Like,
Okay.
why did you have to be disparaging about it? Because it's like I can see
Because
you're trying
that's
to
what
make
it
it.
is.
Appeal,
You have to
but
consider,
why do
though,
you have
the
to-
audience,
Why do you have
though.
to
Yeah,
disparage?
that's
me?
they're not
what-
gonna
I feel
break
like
that
they
down.
I feel like they were uplifting Africans and disparaging me. That's how it felt like.
But they're not going to go into
saying,
that
like-
type of detail because the
No.
majority of the audience does not care. They are white folk. They are getting
That's
their
true.
thrills.
But I just feel like you just unnecessarily like.
I
I,
mean,
feel like
I
you could have
feel-
done it without disparaging anybody. Like
No,
I don't think they really.
no, because
Somebody's going to be
because-
disparaged. You
and
can't
it-
please everybody.
Exactly, because Killmonger at the end of the day, he is a bad guy. You have
Yeah,
to
he
remember
is a-
that
he is a
he's a
villain.
bad guy.
Yeah.
He's always going to have these outrageous ideas.
Yeah.
He does not exemplify all of African Americans.
But then
I
they
believe
brought it
that
home
he
where they-
exemplifies
I'd
the-
rather, like,
I
drown
believe
with
that
my
he is
ancestors
the
or
extreme.
something.
I like
Brought
that
that
line.
home.
He's all
like,
of the extremes of African Americanism.
Right.
He is all of the extremes. The high fashion. I'm trendy. I'm poppy. Yeah, I'm all of this stuff.
But at the same
But
time,
at the same time,
I will beat your
I'm
ass.
going to adapt to everything that could crush me, and I'm going to take all of that in, and then I'm going to crush you with it. That is all of the negativity of being an African American that we have to live with every day. Like, we do this every single day. Every single day I go into work, I code switch. As soon as I get on that phone, I'd be like, yeah, man, da-da-da. Thank you for calling. My name is Ella. How can I help you on today? Yes, I would
So-
be more than happy to assist you.
You're really giving me PTSD right now.
No, I give myself whiplash.
Let's talk about you when you said something outlandish. I forgot
Oh
what
yeah, because
said.
you don't like Wakanda.
Yeah, because I don't like Black Panther. Or not. Oh, sorry, not.
But it
Black
was a
Panther. I meant
beautiful
the
movie.
You don't like the
regardless.
movie?
Like,
not the
just the
character in
cinematic
general.
experience.
Whoa, I'm
was-
looking over there, and all I do is I saw Sorry to Bother You, and that movie
That movie was fucking amazing.
was everything. I just had to say that.
But let's see. Back to me.
Yeah.
Comics are. I'm.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I have the pleasure of being a voice in the versus community.
Okay.
So, as far as versus battles go,
Mhm.
it's basically my fucking job to do a lot of research on characters and
Mm-hmm.
shows and all that. I hate doing it because
No, you don't. No, you don't.
you know what?
Because you get to use that information other places. No, you don't.
You're right. I kind of don't hate to
You
do
do
it, but
not
I hate
hate
the
to
fan
do
base.
that.
I hate a lot of fan bases.
Really?
For the most part, because the reason why I say I hate it is because you always have those people that think anime is just so much better than
Yeah. This,
Western.
we don't have to do that.
Right. And I mean, in one sense, something has to be better, but
But that's so objective.
It doesn't
being,
have to.
being in the versus community, I get Dragon Ball Z versus
better than
XYZ
everything.
versus everything, and it's just like, all right. So if you take it into consideration, if you take comics, something that's 100 years of writing,
Yeah.
there's no way that Dragon Ball Z stacks up to that. So Goku versus Superman. No matter what you think about Goku, no matter how powerful you think he
technically
is,
always going to be Superman.
it should always be Superman.
because Superman technically has those loopholes.
It's not even
that-
loopholes.
It's his structure in
it's not even-
his infrastructure.
So if
What
you
the
take-
fuck is the rest of Krypton like? 'Cause this is what Superman is like.
Look,
None of them have powers
None of
because
them
they were
have
under a
that.
red sun.
yeah.
What?
So
Superman is
So they
powered
technically
by
don't
the
have
sun.
powers.
So the only
okay,
reason he got that is because of
he's
how
on Earth.
growing up on our
a
sun.
yellow sun.
growing
Yeah.
up
So
on
so
the
this
yellow
is this is.
So
but
put that nigga on the moon.
What about Supergirl though?
he's still in our solar
He's
system,
still
so
in the
he's still
solar
good.
system. He's gonna get this.
I thought
he's gonna get
Supergirl
this
came to
sunlight.
Earth when she was like a teenager.
She did. So okay,
So how
so
did she-
so
She's
the
still
story
not
between
strong.
Superman and
Somebody
Supergirl.
make it make sense.
Here you
Supergirl
go.
was sent off way before Superman.
Yeah.
She just got something happened with her ship and she got on a different course. So she got here after Superman, which made
But
technically
she-
she's older.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
strong. She's stronger. She's older, and she's actually better, all around better. She just got here, space travel basically. So she got here later than him. So she looks older than. I mean, she looks younger than him. She's still in her teenage
Yeah,
years,
she's still teen.
while he's a
okay.
grown ass man.
Mm.
But still, she's still stronger than him because she, she still went through all of these other solar
Yeah.
systems that had yellow suns. All of these,
Oh, okay.
all of these galaxies. All of these, like she's still stronger. Superman is just Kryptonians are batteries.
Yeah.
Basically.
You either charge them or you
The
don't.
more they stay under a yellow sun.
They're Xbox controllers.
They're PlayStation controllers.
Oh, they do plug in, technically speaking.
Yeah,
Okay,
PlayStation
cool.
controllers.
We can
I
give
don't
that.
see how you can say that you're a versus aficionado and you haven't been fucking with Milestone to be like Icon is
Dave
Black
is not
Superman.
letting that go. She said I'm being petty today.
You heard me. You heard me clarify Marvel
Not
and DC.
letting it go.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I think I like Marvel storylines better for the simple fact that Marvel storylines happen to regular people who then have to cope with being up on the pedestal.
So
As in DC, it's I was up on the pedestal and I'm trying to find my humanity somewhere along these lines.
So
like,
there's
that's kind of what that is for me.
I hate this saying that people say, but it's kind of true. Marvel is a bunch of humans trying to be gods.
Yes.
And DC is a bunch of gods trying to be human.
You're trying to
So they
find
kind
that
of
humanity.
they coexist with each other, honestly. Like in the end, it's all fantasy.
Where the hell Superboy come from? Wasn't he made?
Yeah, he's a clone. He's
clone.
he's a clone of Superman and Lex Luthor.
Which
But
is ridiculous.
no, not really.
I feel like it was crazy.
Lex tried to make the perfect thing to take out Superman. Something with his humanity that he could control.
Yeah.
With all the powers of a Kryptonian.
Which is why I said, "Wow, you really went the length. That's really
He
ridiculous."
accelerated. he
That's
accelerated his
dumb.
powers. I mean, because you think about it, Lex Luthor can't take out Superman.
can't.
With like, he has a war suit, but Superman trashes
If
that
only
shit.
he
Like,
could just throw money at him.
If only money worked.
if only money
Man.
was an actual.
I mean, a
goddamn-
money gun.
I mean,
Theoretically.
if only-
Throw it
yeah,
at me,
Yeah,
bruh.
go on and throw some
Throw
kryptonite
it
laced
at-
money.
Honestly, I'll spend it
Kryptonite
somehow.
lace money?
I'll drag my ass to the bank. Please take
So,
it.
so, and I don't, personally, I hate Superman as a character.
For real?
Yeah,
He's boring.
he's
I feel
not
like his
boring.
structure
It
is
is.
too much.
It's that 100 years of writing that I talked about.
Golden Age
And
of comics.
DC does their reboot ever so fucking often.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so you know what's canon, well, technically everything's canon in DC now.
Yeah.
But you know what he can't do and what he can and can't do anymore. But at the same time, his fanboys will revert to something that happened 60 years ago. That one thing that happened 60
Yeah.
fucking years ago.
And
I keep
anime
doing it again.
definitely doesn't have that. Anime has like what 20,
Dragon Ball only has like what 20 something
20
years.
20 to 30 years
Yeah.
at most.
So
And it's just like after that cap, we're just like,
Yeah.
But let's not say that because obviously it's not as though, the Japanese people only animated
Oh,
things
no,
that we've
it's just-
seen.
but even then,
From 70s, 80s, 90s, like we all are
Yeah,
born, I
those are
assume,
whole-
in the 90s.
those are
So
funny
from the
as
90s
hell.
onward, that's all our frame of reference, really.
I mean,
They did have
I
some
mean-
of them were started in the 80s.
some of them, yeah,
Speed
like,
Racer, that was straight up 60s.
like Pokemon started in the 80s, I
Yeah,
believe.
Pokemon started in the
Dragon Ball started in the 80s.
They-
I'm not sure
they-
if One
they
Piece was
start-
early 90s or
They
late 80s.
start earlier, and I'm just talking about like in sense of popularity. Nothing else has topped the popularity of what anime is now.
Yeah, because you know what it is.
Because what it
Toonami
is.
made it. So
Yeah,
Toonami was smart.
Dog.
So
gave me
I give
everything.
all of that to Toonami because it came on at a primetime slot. You felt cool.
did.
You felt cooler watching Toonami because you weren't supposed to be up that late.
Adult Swim.
You felt a lot cooler watching Toonami than you did watching
Yeah, that
Fox
reminded
Kids.
me of something.
Yeah. Fuck.
Saturday.
That reminded me of something, and I'm just so mad. I never thought about it. What the fuck happened to Cole Lyoko?
Them
Where
big
is
ass
my Cole
foreheads.
Lyoko? I used to watch that show religiously.
I watched it
Where
and I
is-
realized the other day, I was like, I don't think I ever knew what the plot was.
Okay,
Wait, what's
Pokemon
Cole-
started late 90s. I swear it
It
started
did.
80s. Okay, cool.
But
Thank you,
Cole
Marcus.
Lyoko, they were trying to battle this virus system that was trying to break out of the
Yeah, break out of the-
infect
And old
their
girl
actual reality.
broke out also, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And didn't know how to use a fork
Did
or
not.
some shit.
Did not.
Yeah.
Did not.
Mm.
That was just
Kolioka was
craziness.
cool.
Oh,
But
is it? Where is it? Why
They
did it
stopped.
Why?
like Shaolin
Oh,
Showdown,
I
they
remember that.
Got tired
found.
of drawing them big ass foreheads.
Well, no,
Yeah.
like
Sorry.
Shaolin Showdown. I think they found a spot where they were like, okay, we're comfortable with stopping,
Was stopping it? Yeah.
and they just stopped. Like,
It's
Code
French.
Lyoko is French.
I knew it. Where
Big ass
is it?
foreheads.
Give it back to me.
but let's see what else. Let's see. I saw the comics. I dabble in anime a little bit. I didn't get heavy into anime until I joined the military.
For real, why?
Ain't shit else
What
to
in
do.
the, what happened?
There's literally
to
nothing else to do.
Interest you?
It ain't shit else to
There's
do.
nothing else to do out there. So what happened was I was in the military with a guy who not my roommate, but his room was right next to mine.
Yeah.
So he would have these terabyte hard drives with nothing but anime on them.
Yeah.
Like
He said, I'm about to be entered for fuck 10.
Like, I'm
so,
never gonna
well,
be
so
bored
this is
ever
what he
again.
did though. He was deployed though, so that's why he bought those. When he was deployed before I got there. So
this is before like streaming.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
All
you
that
can't.
really
The
took off.
internet out there is trash when you're in Kuwait. So you buy a terabyte hard drive, download all the anime on it, and you're good. So he would let me borrow it every now and like, hey, you should check this episode out. Check this out. I'm like, okay, cool. Before then, all I knew was mainstream shit, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Cowboy Bebop, shit like that. Shit that came on Toonami.
Cowboy Bebop is low key like the best anime.
Y'all ready
So-
for this? I ain't seen Cowboy Bebop, and I'm okay with that.
You should watch it.
It's not that long.
It's actually
so
pretty
it's
cool.
not like you got like 1,000
Look,
episodes.
it's actually very short.
Yeah,
It's very to the point,
All right.
and it's very good
But yeah, so
storytelling.
I started.
Nujabes also?
Huh?
Nujabes also?
Anyways.
Listen, that outro is
So,
what I live for Samurai Champloo.
The
Samurai
end-
Champloo is probably one of the best fucking action anime of all. The way he created his own fighting style.
Mugen, yeah, I mean,
Mugen's fighting style is fucking amazing.
but
Okay.
he's a goat.
But let's see. Back to the story.
Yeah, because I was interested in this.
So we'd be
okay.
in a motor pool, which is where we'd park all of all the military vehicles, blah blah blah. And he'd just be there watching the shit on his laptop, just chilling. I'm like, bro, what are you watching? Like again, I knew what anime was. Again, I just didn't get deep into it. So he was like, I was watching. What was he watching at the time? He was watching Attack on Titan actually. This is back before it became. This is back before it came to us though. So he was watching. He was a big subhead. So he was like, cool.
Living life right.
He's like, I'm gonna give.
Like
He's
a
like,
Christian.
I'm gonna give you this hard drive. Just start watching shit.
Yo,
I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I had my laptop. I had to swap out the hard drives, and next thing I just started watching shit, and I'm like, okay, cool. All of this shit is cool. So it's like that's what started my anime, and it kicked me back on comics because I got so fucking deep into anime that I stopped reading comics.
you start reading the manga.
Then next thing you know, I fucking fell back like 3 years on comics. So it's just like, so that's where my anime came from.
Okay, I can dig that.
And then let's see.
It's always important to ask people who convert over
I still
from
think
something else to anime,
Yeah.
like what pushed you into that?
Yeah.
Because then it'd be like some people have them superficial stories. Oh, I don't know. I just
looked
started
interesting and I
watching.
got into it.
I'm like, no, because
What's
you wasn't
the
in it.
truth?
You wasn't in it when we was sitting here
You wasn't with me.
bootlegging
Yeah.
these episodes, trying to figure out how to
Trying
get
to
through.
compile it on YouTube. Part 1.
How many times did I have to
Part
prove
2?
that I wasn't a
Part 2.5.
Part 2.5.
3.
How many times did I have to get a
Only 2
Naruto
minutes?
episode in 8 different parts?
Yep.
In 8 parts.
For one episode.
For one
Let's
episode.
see, let's see,
Damn.
let's
I
see
remember
what
How
it
many
days.
commercials did I
Wow,
have?
I had legit forgot that I would really
Yes.
just sit there
Yo, I would
and
get
would
it.
for it,
would
and
watch
then it'd be
1,
like,
2,
oh.
3, 4, 5,
And
and then sit there like
6 would be Spanish dub. You'd be like, oh shit. Like,
it's like 6
know
would
what's
just be
funny?
straight missing. It's just like this
Six
is
would
1
be-
out of 8. Like what?
Fucking
Where's
six?
6?
You know
Somebody
what?
reports 6.
I remember when Naruto first came out, like for us. I was in, me and my cousin, we was in the 7th grade, and I was living with my auntie at the time. So,
That's about right, because I was in 8th grade. I came back from Katrina,
I-
and me and my little brother would sit up there, and we would just watch the shows, because my uncle had a projector.
yeah. When
we-
Toonami would do the promos, though,
up.
like when
Oh,
Toonami would do
yeah.
the promos before, like they do the promo like a month out before the show aired.
Oh, you excited?
We was excited as shit. Like we
Oh,
had,
that was
like we
a-
marked that shit on the calendar. Like,
oh my god, you had a calendar.
Yo.
That's a little bit more extreme than what I
You
was
see that
up
shit?
to.
We saw that
but,
shit?
You
'Cause
didn't
we-
want to forget nothing.
we was still watching Dragon Ball Z at the time, and we seen that shit, and we was like, he looked at me, and I looked at him.
This is it.
Yo.
Nigga, we getting into this. So we marked that shit
And
on
you
the
know what I
calendar.
love? I love that, like, Demon Slayer gives me that feeling.
Yeah, I like Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer legitly. I'm
Where are y'all watching Demon
hype.
Slayer?
I watched it on Crunchyroll.
I got
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Crunchyroll.
What? I'm
It's
not.
on Hulu and it's on
I paid for
Crunchyroll.
It's on
All right,
Hulu?
thank you.
I might catch it on
It's on
Hulu.
Hulu.
Because I ain't got
Oh,
none of
trust
them
me.
anime
That
watching
bitch is-
sites. If it's not on Hulu and it's not on Netflix, I'm
That
not
bitch is
paying
not-
for
It's on
nothing
Hulu.
else.
That
I'm
bitch
not
is not
paying
on
for
Watch
nothing
Cartoon,
else.
and I don't think it's
Look.
on Kiss Anime.
It's not.
Kiss Anime
Wait,
been consistently
Demon-
disappointing
Demon
me for
Slayer?
year after year.
Let me check Kiss. I
Demon
don't like
Slayer,
Kiss
it should
Anime
be on
because
there.
if it is on Kiss Anime, I'm not gonna watch it because I don't like having to click each episode.
Yeah, play that shit.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know I'm
They
watching.
do
Play that
on
shit.
there, huh? I forgot. I got a Crunchyroll, so I'm
But see,
bougie
that's what I say.
now.
That's why I say
Yeah.
watch Cartoon is better for me
Must be
because
nice.
Like, oh, you guys don't pay for
I don't do
Crunchyroll?
that.
Watch Cartoon is better for what the hell?
Ooh, so that's what you really be doing.
Anyways,
Oh goodness.
first of all,
This just in, reporting live.
Wow. Louis be out here doing stuff.
anyways,
You be playing
See,
them. I
Demon
bet
Slayer-
you
yeah,
won't
Demon-
last 5-minute games.
shit, Demon Slayer is on here. I'm not gonna watch it on here though.
Nigga fucking T-Rex.
Yo, and that's why I hate.
Respect.
This is exactly why I hate kiss
'Cause you
anime
gotta
because
prove
shit
that
like
you're
that
not
pops
a-
up.
you
I gotta
gotta
prove that I'm a
prove
human,
women,
and then
yeah.
I gotta. There's only 13 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so they don't even have everything.
We don't.
Why
'Cause
does it
there's
say
definitely
2016?
26.
Well, let's see what Hulu's got.
There's definitely
That's not
26.
right.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
Hulu's up to date. Hulu's are really up to
This
date.
must be a different.
Hulu
I
deal.
love
doesn't- Hulu does right by anime.
My sister
usually.
pays for
Yeah,
Hulu
this
and
is
I
not
pay
the
for
same
Netflix, and it's a great time
Good
for everybody.
job. I'm
You know,
glad
you
that y'all
gotta-
have that camaraderie. I don't.
You know,
I have 4 siblings. We cannot do that.
she's been charging me up because every time that Netflix come off, excuse me, ma'am,
Mm.
I was unable to log into Netflix.
I guess so.
It's just like, my bad, girl. I ain't got $14.06
Exactly, you
for
got-
them this month.
Must be nice.
See, this is why I deal with Watch Cartoon though, because it automatically plays the next
Oh,
episode.
it does. I might actually. Well, when I have a show. Wait, no. Made in the Abyss. Is that on Watch?
Made in the Abyss. I never heard of that.
Made in Abyss or something like that. I don't even know what it's called.
That's new to me, pal.
It's this little bitty like they're children and they're like this exploring this big old cavern thing.
No, it's not on here.
It's just a lot.
If it's
What
called
kind of
Made-
anime is like a slice of life type thing?
No,
it don't
it's
sound real
not.
slice of lifey.
It's not.
I don't see nobody walking out with no toast in their mouth.
Ain't nobody walking out with toast. They like deep diving into this abyss.
These niggas spelunking?
Yes. And it was like
Is it
one
like?
day she
Is it
was
made
going
like
in
I made something or made
like,
as in made?
MADE.
Okay, I was looking up
Made
made.
in Abyss.
I was looking up
We
like.
see where your
Like a
mind
Made
is.
in Abyss.
Man, look, you gotta clarify this shit.
Mm.
If somebody says made in abyss,
Yeah,
I'm
it's on
going
here.
to automatically
Oh, it's
think
on
that
there?
you are
It's on there.
referring to how it
Okay.
is created.
So send me the
as opposed to
link
a
because I'm gonna forget
housekeeper.
it. My duck ass. I'm gonna forget that.
Oh, shit,
So
that's
go ahead
actually
and send it to me.
I
'cause
forgot
I'm,
you say duck ass. I
Are you
like
guys
that
looking
shit.
forward to the Promised Neverland live action film? I'm not, because I'm like, these are adults. Yeah, playing
Yeah.
children.
Because
They're right there.
technically
You're
speaking,
taking
you
me out of it.
You cannot cast children
Why
to
not?
do that.
They have children playing all kind of fucked up roles.
What's-
They can get some kids.
Because
No.
I'm sorry, I
I'm not
just need a
gonna
little
watch
clarification. Because when you said live action film, I immediately thought Leaving Neverland and not Promised Neverland. What is
Anyways,
what is Promised Neverland? I was a little confused. I was like, well, I should hope they would
Live
choose
action
adults
escaping.
to play that. I don't want to see children put in those positions of peril. Heavens. What's Promised Neverland?
let's see.
Oh my
Any-
goodness. It's do you want me to like just say it, or can I like spoil it, or?
I don't. Spoilers don't bother me.
Promised
I look.
Neverland.
I look.
Yeah, I was
at
about to say, let's-
The
let's-
secret
let's
is
talk
very
about-
obvious.
Let's
though,
talk about
like,
that
in the
offline.
anime.
I don't want to
Oh,
spoil
you know
it
what?
for
Okay,
anybody.
never
Yeah,
mind.
it don't bother me. I look stuff up on Wikipedia, just like, so this is what the plot
How
is.
do we
Good
know?
to know.
You know what, my boy, my other co-host says. He says it's the one thing that I completely agree with.
That's
If you
the all
watch,
live
if you watch trailers, you have no problem with spoilers.
Right.
But
I don't watch.
People don't
trailers.
look at it that way.
I also
I mean, that way either.
if
oh,
you
I
read the back
also
of a
don't
book, you don't have
watch
a problem with
opening
spoilers.
scenes. I do not watch opening scene like the opening themes of animes because they will show you
Yeah, they do.
every
They
big
do.
matchup, and I'm like, I don't want to know that. I want to see, it unfold in front of me.
But
So
let's see.
no, I'm
Back
not
to
doing
back
it.
to me.
Yes, back to us.
I was
Always
having such a
back
good
to
time.
Let's see. So I
Leo.
got Marvel and DC comics mainly. Let's see. Anime. I'm definitely a foodie.
All right, I'm gonna go.
You still owe me ramen.
I'm a pseudo Disney head. Only
How
reason
are
I
you
say
pseudo?
only reason I say pseudo because I'm not feeling like a lot of their new shit, like a lot of the new movies.
Oh, the live action.
Moana?
Or are you talking about like Moana?
No, I love Moana. Moana is one of my favorite. It's probably my top 3. But like as far as I'm not feeling like Frozen 2.
I'm excited
not
about
doing
Frozen
that.
2.
Or-
I haven't seen
I'm
Frozen, and I'm
excited.
proud of it. And
Frozen's good.
that
I
shit came out
love
when I was still
Frozen.
teaching, so
Or-
it was everywhere. It was surrounding me.
I saw that movie, made me want to call my sister and be like,
Or-
"I love you."
Honestly, I'm not feeling the live actions either.
yeah, the
The
live
Lion
action.
I
King
don't
live
like. Please don't stop remaking shit. Like
They're okay.
The Lion
They're not
King
okay. The
live
best-
action was meant to be dark as fuck.
The
They should have
last
did it with real people and
What's
like
this?
just.
Yeah, they
just
should've been like the
totally
Broadway
changed it.
show.
Yeah.
So you
no,
want it-
not
so
like
you-
people dressed like lions. Just like just totally like
More
switch it up
so
and make it
because-
about people.
So you want Hamlet?
Yeah, basically.
basically all
yeah,
Lion
they
King.
should
You
just
really
do
want
Hamlet.
Hamlet.
Yeah, they should just do Hamlet.
Like if you're gonna remake it, reimagine it as well.
Yeah, because it was kind
Yeah.
of like they're trying to do it
They
exactly
can't.
like the
So,
animation.
I
And
look
it's
at it-
like
I
I
feel
don't,
like-
well.
you're not gonna be able to make them animals stand on
Technically
top of each
speaking-
other in tears
Exactly.
as they're singing.
You
I
don't
just
have to do that.
can't wait to be king. It's not
I
gonna.
think
It's not
Netflix-
realistic.
I feel like Netflix should have all the rights to Disney movies. like live action.
Yeah, because
Good
I don't
luck.
want to.
If you
I'm
look at
not
Mowgli-
paying for another
I'm not
Disney.
Disney.
Oh yeah,
straight-
Mowgli.
If you look
was
at Mowgli
really,
and
really
look
good.
at Jungle Book, Mowgli is so much
Mowgli
better.
is
It is.
So
Mowgli
good.
is leagues above Jungle Book.
Yo, I stayed up to watch that damn movie.
That shit
damn
is
thing.
fucking
I knew that
amazing.
thing was-
Yeah.
that was
And it actually shows you what would really happen. Like they actually killed. I'm sorry, spoiler alert. They actually killed the albino wolf.
Yeah,
the little baby
they
wolf.
did. They killed him.
Like
That's what would happen.
That's exactly what.
had his head on a mantle.
We don't have no time for that.
Like it was a hunter that killed him though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, even
And Mowgli
still,
had him. Mowgli put a hit out on him
Yeah.
with the animals.
AP.
Like, hey, you
Get
hey,
this nigga fool.
I can tell you who took your trump. All you gotta do is kill him for me.
Facts.
He pointed him out, and the elephant trampled him. Like, that's some shit that I want to like. Disney would never do some shit like that. Though.
I wish I had
Disney,
friends
never.
who were animals, and I could just be like, "Hey, gorilla, hey, my ex
Yo,
is
G,
coming up
hit
in
him
about
up.
20 minutes."
Yo,
Nah,
but
I
on,
don't
Silverback
want a
shit.
gorilla kill any of my exes.
so
I'm
I
good.
guess I'd say I'm a Disney. I'm not
good
gonna
on
say
that.
pseudo Disney head because I feel like I feel like Disney has a toxic fan base also.
Yeah.
They
It
feel
does.
like they
definitely
feel
does.
like those movies are just like the first Maleficent was ass.
Like, I
The live
enjoyed it. It wasn't like a super
Nah,
good
I
movie,
had
but I
fun.
enjoyed it.
The second one is gonna be some shit. This second one gonna
yeah, I'm
be
ready.
this second one gonna be fire
Origin
as fuck.
story.
Is it because you want Maleficent to stay evil? Is that why you feel the way you feel?
No.
Why?
Okay, I kind of do want her to stay evil.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You don't want to see them reimagine.
You don't want no growth.
And then for them, you don't want growth. You want to see them
You want to be
stay
spoon fed the
evil.
same shit, the
But I
same
can't lie, though.
stagnant, still shit that you
Maleficent used to almost give me nightmares.
Really?
Like that was.
I thought she
Really?
was a bad
It
bitch.
is.
Oh,
Said,
because
oh,
she
you
didn't
not
get
inviting me to
Oh,
the
'cause I
party?
didn't get invited to a
I'm
party.
showing up anyway.
I didn't
no
get
gift.
invited.
Matter of fact, bad gift.
That's what you do.
Yes, it's
That's
just
a-
like I'm coming. I brought you a nice bottle of wine.
Go to
That
sleep.
wine has been sitting alternately in my refrigerator and in a hot car for 3 days before I brought you that wine.
Alicia-
Enjoy.
Alicia said death to all live action.
Yeah.
It depends on who's. Like I said, Netflix
depends
should
on
definitely
live
be making them.
action.
Netflix has showed that
Because
they.
honestly speaking, y'all gonna hate me. I didn't have a big issue with Full Metal Alchemist's live action.
I didn't have a big
It's
issue with Bleach's
alright.
live
I didn't have
action.
a big with one.
Bleach.
I didn't have a big issue with that either. I
Netflix
loved
has showed
where
that
they
can
cut
do that
it.
shit.
They cut
Death
it at
Note,
the
yeah.
exact right spot. Because if they would have went any
Any
further,
deeper.
I'd have been like, "No, bro, you can't do this.
I'm with
You
Alicia
can't
said
bring
I
us
s-
to soul
Alicia said, "I said what I
support.
said." No, but Netflix has shown us that they can handle live action,
can.
live adaptations,
Yeah.
adaptations.
We
to
forgetting
shit.
about
I
Death
mean,
Note?
we
Mix it up.
should.
Are we
No.
forgetting
Hear me
about
out.
I didn't watch
Death
Death
If
Note,
we're
so
gonna
I can't
have
say nothing.
the one movie that
God.
needs to be redone,
Their
that
live
needs
action.
the
Death
live
Note, 'cause
action
I tried to watch that. I was
completely
just
It
like,
was
oh, this
awful.
if we don't get
trash.
Avatar: The
It
Last
very
Airbender,
trash.
if we don't get Avatar: The Last Airbender as
Yes.
live action
Yes.
correctly done,
I don't want it.
I
Yes.
Riots
want
in
it.
the
I
streets.
want
I
it.
don't want it.
That's what we.
I
I want what
need
we were
it.
meant to have.
I
What we
need
were
it.
promised.
I feel
Because
like
the Earth Nation
what
is
I
full of
want.
black people, and I want it. I want it
Avatar-
now. I want it immediately, and I want it done right.
I feel like The Last Airbender is one of those shows that we should just
No.
stop. That we shouldn't fuck
No,
with.
that was
No,
Did y'all-
too
because
I
the movies disappointed us so. Like,
Did y'all
we
watch
have
it
That was
after?
disappointing.
Aang? Did y'all watch
Of
Korra?
course, I did.
No, I didn't watch.
I
Korra.
couldn't
I
get
love
into
Korra.
it.
I couldn't get
I
into it,
liked
but I
It
think
wasn't because I'm glad that they didn't make the
I
same
loved it.
show essentially.
They did
But at the
not.
same time, it's like Korra is so vastly different.
I
than
loved it.
Aang.
I loved
It
it.
was
I
cool.
loved it because Korra was her own avatar.
That's true.
And Korra's avatar is absolutely nothing like Aang. She's very
Straight to the point.
straight to the point,
Yeah.
headstrong. I'm doing
Business.
this,
Business.
and I'm going about it. But she's also in a time of peace.
Yeah.
She's also in a national peace, so it's
Yeah.
kind of hard for her to be the avatar when there's so much peace,
Right.
Because you're not essentially needed. But then there are other aspects like the second season where they get more into the stop liking my stuff. They get more into the spirit realm and the connection between spirit realm and this realm.
Oh, and when she
And
cut
that's
her
where
connection.
she's actually needed. Yeah, when they cut the connection, when they erase the history, I'm giving all types of spoilers.
Do you think?
She
do you
really
do you think she's more powerful?
Heck no.
You don't think she's more powerful?
Heck. I mean,
Okay, so
technically
let me say-
speaking, Aang is a child.
Let me say. I was just about to say. So in the series Avatar versus in the series Katara.
Katara
Get it
was a
together.
bad
Korra.
bitch. Katara was a bad bitch. Anyway,
End of series Korra.
end of series, Aang
Who-
and
do you
end of
think?
series.
Do you think Aang is more powerful than Korra?
No.
Both of their in the
No,
series.
no, because of how many years she's had. She's had more training. Technically speaking, she's had more more interactions. She's had more experience with all the other elements that Aang didn't have before the end of his.
But also, she was living in a peaceful time,
She's
not going to be able to really showcase, ultimately.
Yeah. Oh, but she did.
But
she
even when she had,
some niggas.
I'm
when
saying,
she had
but
her,
she has
her
the
combustion.
The strength, she has the training, she has the ability, and she has
she's
years
older.
on Aang.
So
older.
Aang being able to do what he did
She lost.
is remarkable.
I look at it this way.
It was
So when Aang fought Ozai,
yeah.
contrary to popular belief, there was no prep in that fight whatsoever on Ozai's part. Ozai knew he had to fight the Avatar, but this is an 11-year-old kid. I don't need to fight for this nigga. I don't need to prep for this.
I would at least do a couple push-ups beforehand. Make sure
Ozai was.
He
Here's
had
the
a
thing,
party.
though. Ozai
He
was.
had a party before he did that.
God damn, we losing. Texas losing to Oklahoma. I would not stand for this. Anyways,
Georgia lost, apparently.
I don't give a fuck about Georgia.
And that's why I'm staying on this side of town. Because if I go back over by South Dallas
I'm
and
not going
them white
over
people
there,
acting
dog.
up, I'm not going to be able to take it.
But when he fought Ozai didn't prep for him.
Exactly.
Ozai just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna wait till this comet and we gonna fight then."
All of Korra's
know when you're coming.
competitors
Them
prepped.
niggas, the one
They
person
were
that gave her
saying,
the
yo.
biggest issues had to poison her to fight her,
Yo.
and she still faded this
She
nigga.
still
Like
they did these niggas. She faded she had more people with unique abilities to face up against. Because technically speaking, Aang didn't face all of the unique abilities.
she fought a fucking airbender.
She fought it. Sure. Sure. When was Aang gonna fight another airbender?
Never.
Not ever.
Never.
His kids.
I'm gonna whoop them little children. How you gonna whoop them children's ass like that?
Man, but see, that's why I say
That's the one joy
at
of
the
life is
end
just
of-
beating kids up at certain things.
Is it?
You ever whipped a
my
kid
joy
to
of
eat
life.
Uno and they just knew they was about to rock your shit.
No,
And it's
because-
just like,
no, but
just
see,
wait, friend.
you know
this
what
draw
happens
four. This draw 4 is for you.
You know what happens when you do that though? You get me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
my
that's what
dad,
happened.
my dad beat my ass at
My
Madden
dad beat
every
my ass
turn
at
he got.
everything.
And now every
Nah.
chance I get and I go over his house, hey, let's play 2K. Just so I could beat your ass for all them times that you beat me when I was a kid.
Except
my
my dad,
dad-
at this point, he won't play nothing with us now.
He don't play.
He won't play
nothing.
dominoes. He will not play Uno. He won't play anything.
And
He's like, I got my
she-
wins in when they counted.
Nah, mine will
My
play.
father told me straight up, I don't care how old you are, you ain't never good enough to play on my spades table. And since then, I
Yours
have
too?
been on a mission
Yours
to
too?
find
Yours
my
too?
part. I gotta
feel like
find my
that's-
right
I feel like
partner,
every-
just so I could be
play
like,
spades.
sit your
See?
I
behind.
feel like
Damn.
every black parent told their kid
Yeah.
that. Because
I don't
mine
really play
definitely told me that
spades.
shit.
But no,
Or
that's the crazy
dominoes.
thing is, he
Dominoes
sat
for
me
me,
on his
yes.
lap to teach me. Like I was 5 years old, putting down big jokers, like
For no
pow,
goddamn
like,
reason.
For no reason, like bam, I'm doing this. we all in this.
So
Community, yeah.
yeah. So back to my shit. Outside
Yes.
of anime, outside of comics.
I really feel like we should be off you by now.
Nah, I've only said two things.
No, you did.
You
I said anime,
so
I said
many
comics.
You
things.
said anime. You said you
The
said
versus community.
versus
Foodie.
community.
What
You
else?
did say foodie.
Yeah.
You
Foodie.
started with Disney a little bit, but you said you're
I
not
said
really
pseudo
into.
Disney, yeah.
You said you're not.
And then
into
you
pseudo Disney.
unpseudoed it. So you said some things.
Okay, so
So
let's go
loud.
back to me. Foodie, pseudo Disney.
You see how it's always about him.
It's not always
That's
about
crazy.
me. Y'all had y'all turn to
Fucking
speak.
Leo shit.
We did not take as long as you have.
Y'all keep cutting into my time.
That's not our fault.
Like
Stop,
y'all doing now.
Stop saying things.
Anyways,
Jacob, you got a point.
what Jacob said.
Jet, Azula, Ty Lee, Mai, and yeah, but that nah. He didn't have to fight. Like
That
Korra had
fireboxer
to
would
fight
fuck up.
everybody alone.
That fireboxer would
Because
fuck. I can't
nobody,
think of his name.
technically speaking, nobody in Korra's camp was up to the challenge of taking out any of her competitors. Period. Point blank. Not a single one. Not the two brothers.
And they
that
wasn't
up
even
for it.
they wasn't even comic relief.
wasn't even-
At least
Well,
Sokka
wait,
came with some hits.
Hold up. The Earthbending brother was comedy. Purely.
He
Pure
wasn't giving
comedy.
me the ha-has that I wanted.
He was giving me you didn't get to.
Nick said, "I'm great at spades." I don't know what it is military. Like when you're
I'm
on
just
deployment,
learning dominoes.
when
though.
you're on deployment or you're in the field, nigga, everybody has cards and you're playing spades or you're playing
I probably
dominoes.
got cards in my car, like low key.
I used to always carry around cards.
I'm surprised I
you
ain't got
never
them bitches
know.
in my backpack.
Yeah, I'm
but
surprised we're not trying to do this at this anime party later. Like we
I
ain't
guarantee
kick off the
Alexa.
spades
I
game.
guarantee
We-
Alexa got cards.
She got cards.
I
know
guarantee she got cards.
Of course. We gonna do this.
I'm just not finna be a nigga.
Go back home and get Cards Against Humanity.
Alexa,
Do it.
Nah, man, I hate
Do
that
it.
fucking
Listen to
game.
this voicemail. Don't mind me.
Do it. But anyways,
Hold on.
let's
You
see.
serious?
I'm
Hey,
definitely.
sometimes you got to
Important
know.
voicemail.
You got to
Listen.
know. It's like, listen, if they left a
You
voicemail,
have
oh, this shit important.
One unheard message.
I was about to say, I thought that was her. I was like, we can hear that.
Unheard message.
That's you. You sound really fucking perfect.
Hey
for that.
girl, what you doing today? You know, I see you on your
Can
little
I get you to
podcast
record
or
my
whatever.
voicemail?
Can I hear? Wait, one more time.
But
Yeah.
let's see what else. I'm definitely a music fan.
The beach episode on Avatar.
He's not a good one, though.
I'm definitely a music fan. I just
He's
didn't
not
buy.
very good
I
at
just
it.
didn't buy into the Wayne hype like everybody else thinks you should.
And
We are
this-
not getting back
example
into
A.
music. We are not getting back
We're
into
not.
music.
Although
I'm
that
not
would be a
going
nice
to.
way to close this out. Just a nice kind of a callback.
I'm
you
sorry
know.
that I didn't buy into the Wayne hype. He was.
It's not
Got to take
hot.
away a point there for that,
He was
Lewis.
decent.
There you go.
Are you even gonna take away?
You got
Oh.
two
Gonna take away my
points.
point?
I am.
Damn. Anyways,
It's a hard knock life for
Jay
you.
Jay
It's
has
a hard knock life.
Jay always
It's true.
Jay always has been and always will be a better rapper than Wayne. M always has been and always will be a better rapper than Wayne.
Yawn.
Really?
Yawning.
Really? Give me.
So Eminem
give
talking
me-
about killing his baby
give
moms. That's
me-
real. That's
That's great.
That's putting him above Wayne.
Yeah.
Wayne is giving you these nonstop, all the time, A1, no steak sauce, dad jokes, and you gonna
Ain't
sit
nobody
here.
fucking with me, man. He man.
Really?
He man. Spending next week's cash.
He fast.
And I don't even need a G pass. I'm
Pass
past
that.
that. I'm passing them out now. And
You can't have that.
We don't finna
My
get to this
chain too
lyric
can't
contest.
stand that tropical
Give
colors.
me-
You can't mesh that. Gotta be abstract.
Give
Catch
me.
my girl legs open, better smash
Give me
that.
a
Don't be
Wayne.
surprised
Give me a
if she
Wayne
asks
album.
where the cash at.
Give me
I
a
see she
Wayne
wearing
album
them
that's
jeans to
better.
Show her butt crack. My
Give me
girls
a-
can't wear that.
I'm
Why?
not
That's
gonna
where
get
my
started.
stash at. I put my Mac down. That's where you lack it. She need a candle lit, and I'm
I'ma
a wax that.
Okay. Give me a Wayne album that's better than the Black Album.
Carter 2.
Hell no.
Wayne is just decent. M is overrated and weird. Yeah, absolutely.
Hell
He's
no.
not overrated. I mean, I think
He
he's
is
a really
weird, though.
He
This
is,
last.
he's
crazy.
I think it's crazy the things about Eminem that we glorify that so many other African American rappers have done, will continue to do, have been doing, that do not get the same glorification.
He just a
And
white
I
boy to
find
talk
that real
fast.
crazy.
That's it.
Yeah, he's just a white boy.
M's verse on.
If he was
on-
not white, y'all wouldn't.
M's
First of
verse
all,
on-
if he was not white, y'all would have never allowed him to talk about mental health back in that day.
You don't know
Y'all
this?
would have never taken him talking about his baby mama like that.
You don't know
Y'all
this?
would have.
Because Nas was definitely talking about mental health,
I'm gonna get
and
out
people
this
were still
chat.
listening.
I'm gonna get out this chat. I'm gonna strangle Lewis.
Anyways, like I was
Y'all-
saying,
All you gotta do
give
is just
me,
loop this around
give
your
me
neck like so.
this,
Just
this Wayne's. I mean, not Wayne. M's last
You gonna
verse
walk.
on
You
Homicide.
gonna walk.
That last
You gonna
Homicide
walk.
verse that M did for Logic
Man.
is better than anything that Wayne has dropped in the
What?
last. I'm not saying ever.
What?
I'm not saying ever.
What?
I am not saying ever.
What?
M's verse on Homicide is
again.
better than anything that Wayne
Lies.
has put out in maybe the last 3 years.
Lie. You a lie.
What?
we're not talking about the
You
last
a
3
lie.
years because that man is still trying to fight that codeine. So we
He
not
is.
we
He
not
is.
worried
And
about
that's
that.
sad, dog.
It is
No,
sad.
that surgery was so legit. You could tell he went under anesthesia and all of that. They done broke off his dreads from doing that, and then that bleach did not help.
So
Very highly upset
So he
about that.
like he's going through some things. We're
going
not
through
worried
it.
about.
okay, let's
We're
take away
not
the last
talking about.
Okay. Prime Wayne versus Prime M. I'm still taking M.
Prime
Literally, niggas have said that nobody wants problems with Redman, who is
Nobody
widely
wants
regarded. Redman, who is
problems
widely
with
regarded as
Wayne.
most people's favorite rapper,
He is one of my-
admits that nobody wants
well,
to see
not
Eminem
Red,
in a
Method
rap.
Man,
No,
though.
Red. Red is
Method
literally.
Man, though. Hold on.
Jay-Z has
Hold
him as
on,
number
hold
one.
on.
M
This
has
is
him
a
as
shout
number
out
one.
But Method Man, though, beloved. If you
Ooh,
ever
she said
Anyways.
beloved.
love,
That man got a wife and
Took it
kids.
all the
if
way
you
down.
ever get a hold of this podcast,
I don't think you want to
Yeah,
see that
don't.
man's wife in a fight.
I don't. God dang it. I don't.
Anyways, like I was saying,
I
but
really don't.
like,
that woman would kill me.
Redman is most likely your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. And even
Lil
he-
Wayne is most likely your favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
No,
as
like literally,
well.
like I can't name a rapper who doesn't have Redman as their favorite. Wayne has said this, M has said this, Jay has said this, Luda, T.I., Jeezy, everyone has said that Redman is their
so
favorite
done.
rapper
I
at one
feel
point in
as
time.
though the next time that our next podcast, you need to come with facts. I need printouts.
He can't have
I
facts
need
because it's
receipts.
all his opinions. These are all
to
his
research.
opinions, and he
No,
wants
but
them to
he's
be
offering
facts.
some of his opinions as though they are
Facts,
fact, and
and
I would
they're
like
not.
to see it.
Who
I would like to
Right.
see
people have tested Wayne.
timestamps.
People.
People test
Who
Wayne
people?
constantly. 50 tested Wayne.
When?
When?
You don't remember that whole 50 and Wayne beef?
No.
They had a legit
I
beef.
don't remember that.
Nah, I don't remember that.
You the only one.
It's because you ain't listen to all his albums, but you wouldn't know.
Because I don't listen to 50 Cent like talking about it. Because he's whack to me.
I like
50 his win at Wayne.
50 Cent look like a gorilla.
He
M-
does, but that's
Well, M
besides
M
the
did
point.
whack
M
to me.
did it.
He
and-
aggro like a gorilla.
50 Cent is whack to me. You couldn't beat Kanye. Shut the fuck up.
Got
Ain't you
shot 9
retired?
times.
Shut
Like,
up.
honestly, they should have gone for 10. Maybe
Anyway.
that
Shot
10th one.
9 times. The
Like,
one thing
what
that
kind
I
of
can
shit do you have to be
accredit.
What?
talking?
The one thing I will always accredit to 50 Cent.
What?
50 Cent took down an entire record label.
This man took a.
Yes.
He took down an entire record label.
Yeah.
And
Nah,
that's his
I
claim to
definitely-
fame.
What you mean? That was the
No.
hottest fucking record label at the
And
time.
he also revolutionized
it.
the game. He
He
started
changed
putting
G
up like,
Unit is
oh,
easily-
I can rap
He
hardcore about
revolutionized-
shooting people and sell you a Sprite. At the
G
end of
Unit
the
is
day,
easily
like,
the
yeah.
best,
G
like
Unit
the
was really
last
good.
great rap group. You
Yep.
can't give me a great
He's
group
not even
that
the
came
best.
after
He's
G
not the
Unit.
best rapper in G
Yeah,
Unit.
nobody's even saying
Who the
that.
best
but
in G
like,
Unit?
I still like 50 Cent.
You
for
better
what
not
he
say
is,
Lloyd.
though.
You better not say Lloyd.
I mean,
I was gonna say
if we
Lloyd.
gonna be honest.
Give me a song where all of them
Lloyd.
niggas is on there and Lloyd did better
I
than
love
50.
Lloyd Banks. I love Lloyd Banks. Anyway, I take away from Wayne a little because of the earlier Carter Daily
Gilly the Kid.
Gilly the Kid almost.
See, and that's another thing. The
Are we
shit
really
that
talking about written?
the shit that the shit
We
that
talking
y'all
about
pra-
writers?
the shit that y'all praise him
putting
for,
up
he had a writer
writers?
for.
The Carter too.
People have claimed to wrote some songs on Carter too.
I could claim to
People
write the Carter
claim-
too.
people
I wrote
cl-
you guys.
I mean,
right
some of the
now,
shit's
this
been
is
proven.
Dave Fillet coming at you live.
Yeah.
I wrote the Carter too.
No, but see-
Never mind the fact that I was a hot 11 years old.
See, this is the
I-
thing.
That don't mean nothing. You wrote
Let
it.
me hear
This
you.
is
Let
the-
me hit you with the hottest
this is
shit.
the thing, though.
You know, people claim to have written all of Lauryn Hill's songs. Everybody else other than Lauryn Hill have claimed to written
Did she-
Lauryn
did she
Hill's
disprove it?
Education.
Did she disprove
What
it?
do I need to
Why do I have to
disprove?
need
I'm
to
getting the money.
disprove it?
If they wrote it, they would be getting the money.
Exactly.
So obviously,
If you wrote it, you would have proof that you
Here's
wrote
the thing,
it.
though.
You know who y'all
Here's the
sleeping
thing.
on, though?
Here's the thing
It
about
could all
writers.
about
When
P.
you
Diddy.
write
What
something,
about
you
P.
don't
Diddy?
take away from the
Listen,
sales.
we're
You
not
get
gonna talk about Dolphin
you
Teeth
get
right
what you
now.
get up front for writing it. You don't
just
profit
trolling.
off of it, which is why your name isn't on it.
this big. His
Which is
goal
what Nick
tall
was
as
saying
fuck.
with the whole Gilly the Kid thing. Like, yeah, Gilly wrote it, and Wayne paid him to write it, but his name isn't
Can
on
I
there,
see
so
the
he's not pulling.
transaction?
He's not
If I
pulling
paid for it,
royalties
it's
from
mine.
And if I paid
Just
for it,
like
it's
if I walk
mine.
outside right now, I go get a weave. Guess whose hair that is?
It's yours.
Mine.
It's the same thing with
I
Drake. It's
purchased
the
it.
same thing with Drake, though. Like,
But
with
we
Drake
knew that
having
Drake was
writers.
on some soft shit.
We're not on Drake though. We
I,
on
listen,
Wayne.
I've known
And
for a
first
long
of
time that
all,
he got
the
Party Next
majority
Door
of
chained
shit-
up in his
Yeah,
basement,
you-
cranking out hits. The Weeknd escaped, and he said, "I'm never going back."
Well, see,
Can we
Give
get
us
Party Next
free-
Door back, please?
the weekend
I
wrote
liked him.
a good 50-60% of Drake's best project.
We're aware.
Y'all are?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm okay with it.
I'm perfectly
Okay.
fine with that.
I'm all right with it.
I'm perfectly fine.
Let's see who else went at 50 though.
But Drake is not the
I mean, not
best
50.
rapper of all
He's
time.
not nowhere near.
Jay Z said fuck 50 Cent
Jay Z said fuck 50 Cent and fuck Wayne at one point. He went at both of them.
and then did a whole record with Wayne.
Mr. Carter and
And
Mr. Carter was fire.
Hello.
Whereas you would
Tell
think
me
that he would have
where
collabed with 50
around the
on
world
some
and
New
like-
York shit, but he
I'm
just
about
like
to say.
no.
No, because
No.
50 was
Whack.
50's from New York, but
50
he
was
did
whack.
he
He's
was more
whack.
50
was
dealt.
whack.
He's messy.
50 did
50
what
was
Pac-
whack.
no 50 did
He
what
ain't
Pac
really-
did.
Petty.
Honestly,
He's petty as fuck.
50 did what Pac did. Nobody in New York really wanted to show him as love, so he went
I
to
gotta-
Cali.
I
He
got a hot take for y'all.
He got
Tupac wasn't really that good.
he was good, but he wasn't. We can talk about
I
that
mean,
a
we
little bit
can
too.
talk about that.
We can talk about that a little
That's
bit too.
actually
But
like
50
Tupac
did-
was a little bit corny.
50
I
did-
mean,
50
That
for
should be
me,
a
it's
topic.
always Biggie.
That should be a topic.
That's the topic now.
but
For me, it's
50
always been
Sucks.
Biggie.
That's gonna be our
50
next
did,
topic.
50 did what 50 took Pac's blueprint and then ran with it. Like he's from New York, but he went to Cali,
What have
linked
you
up with
done?
Dre, linked up with
Game.
Game, and a lot of other niggas from
Game
the West.
was
Game
better
on
than
some gay
50.
shit though.
The game was better
Not
than
gay,
50.
but
I will say
like
I will
the
say
game.
I don't mean to
lyrically
say that in a
Game is
pejorative
better
I
than
like the
50.
game.
I will.
love the
I
game.
can't
The
I
deny
think
that.
the game is a very good looking man, but I also
The
think that
Game-
he's corny.
He can be.
I also think
I
that
like
fucking
YG.
with India
Now
Westbrook
that I
is
like-
real.
But see, this is what I'm saying.
Suspect.
So
But I like
Jay
YG
didn't-
now, though.
Jay
so.
wasn't really
I like YG.
He's
50.
funny.
And if you know anything about
back
50,
being
50's
bold.
not into 50's not that big. Well, he wasn't that big into squashing beefs. It wasn't up until just now with Fat Joe where he really just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna squash some beefs." He just ended his fucking shit with Fat Joe.
That nigga's getting
Victor
old.
said
He can't
told
afford to
Meek
get
Mill
shot
he
no
has
more.
to
shoot.
Like,
I don't
he ain't
think-
got no recovery
he
time
told
like he
Meek
did
Mill
when
to
he was
shoot
in his
Drake.
20s.
Like, I don't think
I
he's gonna
honestly
squash
think
that.
the only nigga that he is not gonna stop beefing with is Ja Rule.
Yeah, I hope
And
he
that-
never does either.
Ja
That's
Rule done
amazing.
started back up. That's wild to me. Like, Ja, you just coming off the Fire Festival. You might want to go cool your heels somewhere. You might want to take some time off, man. This ain't what you want.
But see, even then, again, who else is winning at Wayne? Fucking Pitbull went at Wayne at one point when Wayne was like, "I'm the king of Miami." Like,
But Pitbull,
Pitbull.
Mr. Worldwide, that was back when Pitbull was a rapper.
When
Now
he-
Pitbull is an entertainer.
back when
Like,
Pitbull was a rapper, he went at Wayne.
and did what?
Nothing.
When Wayne
Not
was
a
proclaiming he was
goddamn
the king of
thing.
Miami,
And he still
Pitbull.
couldn't
Not a
lyrically
goddamn
get with Wayne.
thing.
What are you talking
Did you hear it?
about?
Dale.
Is that my
Like,
phone?
Hey.
That's not my phone.
ooh, oh no, it's that time, y'all.
That time.
Yeah, it's that time.
See, who else went at Wayne?
I told y'all, did I not
We
tell you?
real
fucking-
woman
We're
positive
taking
on
breaks.
this
I need to
phone.
make a phone call.
Fucking Juvenile went at
take a
Wayne.
break.
Juvenile fucking.
I'll
Hi.
handle Lewis.
I'm gonna say you can step off.
I'm gonna
You
handle
can
Lewis.
step off
can
if
I?
you need to.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna handle Lewis. Don't worry about it.
But
Right here, but okay.
fucking Juvenile went at Wayne,
Your
and
mic is hot. That's
I
all.
feel like if
The mic
anybody,
is hot. The mic is hot.
I feel like if anybody heard that shit from Juvie, that shit would have ended Wayne's career.
First of all,
Did you hear that? Did you
Yeah.
hear that whole shit by Juvenile?
did you hear the shit from
This man went. This man made an
Fucking,
entire diss,
there
and
were
every
several
other
different
line was "you
people.
a hoe."
out of Louisiana that came at Wayne like that?
None of them were as good as Juvie.
I mean, Juvie.
None of them were as
First
good
of all,
as.
Juvie is
50 ounces of
juvenile
water
is
for
wasted
y'all.
potential.
I'm hydrated
Wasted
as
potential.
fuck.
None of them niggas was as
Juvenile
good as
is
Juvie.
wasted potential, and it's all because of a label. That is the only reason.
Well, let's just bring it
Juvenile is
back
not as
down.
big.
Mystical went at Wayne, and Wayne
Birdman.
couldn't say shit.
Nigga.
This back when Mystical was at his in his prime.
Before he went to jail.
Mystical be raping people.
Yeah, this was pre-prison Mystical. Yeah.
Fuck that nigga. Fuck that nigga.
Came here with my dick in my hand.
So
Like,
Maybe
sir,
he
you
was
came.
one foot in
You
your
started.
be
You
cool.
started the party off wrong. Like the way you came in.
only-
You come in with your dick.
the
in your
only
hand.
the
It wasn't
only
even that
the
type of
only
party. This
the
ain't
only nigga
swingers.
the only nigga to get bold and go at M was Benzino, and M shut his shit down
Benzino
fast.
didn't have a neck. He didn't have no neck to stick
And
out. So
M
that's
shut
why he
his
did
shit down
that.
fast. MGK, M shut that
And
shit
that was
down.
no, he didn't.
That
That shit
M-
was hot.
M
That shit was a
That's
beautiful.
white on white crime. We not
M
worried
ended
about
that
that.
shit. Them the only two people to ever just go at M though.
Man, 'cause
Nobody else
give a
wants to
fuck.
go at this kid.
Cause nobody
Nobody-
want to pick on little
M-
white boy.
M said that he was
he got a
retired and he
mental
got
We
off
can
the
get this
drugs.
going for 4 more minutes, right?
He got off the drugs. Like
Damn.
We can wrap this up at 2 hours, right?
2 hours.
nobody wants to fuck with M now that
We
he's
really been
sober.
here for 2
Like
hours.
that's
Nobody
not that's
wanted to
not
see
his
him.
fun.
Nobody wanted to
He's
see him
not-
when he was all pilled up
I don't know
either.
about you guys, but I
Listen.
am very hungry.
Niggas actively avoided that problem.
I guess I can technically
See,
wait
I
till
drew a hamburger and fries.
Yo, you
Wow.
food, mama.
Like you can't sit here and
Niggas
say
got
you can't sit here and
chicken
We are
say
not doing this.
You can't
we are
sit
really
here-
not doing this.
look at the
This
shit.
is
Look at the
so
shit he just did with
irrelevant.
Kamikaze. He went at Tyler. Tyler ain't saying shit back.
'Cause
He went at
nobody
Joe.
cares.
He went at Joe Budden.
Cause
Who,
you're an old
contrary
ass
to popular,
man now. You're
contrary
an
to popular
old-ass
belief, Joe
man.
Budden is an amazing
You
ass
are
rapper.
an
Pump
old-
it up.
Nah. Listen to Rage in the Machine. Go listen to Rage in the Machine. I
What?
guarantee you'll change your fucking opinion about Joe Budden. Joe Budden is a decent
Budden.
fucking rapper. He's not.
Decent
He's
We're
don't
not.
talking
mean
about
good.
great people.
He's
not
not. He's not. He's
I've
not.
had
top-
decent food from McDonald's, but that shit ain't gourmet.
Oh, she got a point.
He's not a top
Take 1
25
point
rapper.
off for
He'll
Lewis,
never
please.
be. He'll never be on anybody's top 25.
Me.
One
But
point
Joe
off.
Budden
Lewis,
is-
you were doing
Another
so
point.
well.
Oh
Joe
my
Budden
God.
You were doing so
Bro,
well.
You cannot sit
Joe
here.
Budden.
You cannot sit
Joe
here and tell me.
Buttons.
You cannot sit here and tell me that
Bass
you've
guy
listened.
whooped Joe Budden's ass.
You
like
cannot sit here and you cannot sit here and tell me that you've heard Rage in the Machine and you think Joe Budden is a trash ass rapper.
I didn't say trash. I told you, decent does not mean good.
He's
The two don't equate.
Rage in the Machine was easily the second best rap album that year. The only thing that was better than that was 50's album.
Lewis, I really have
He
to,
keep
to
going back
question
to
why you talk
50.
about the best of that year, because the years that these were released, you were a child.
No. Rage in the Machine came out 2016.
You still a child. You younger than me.
You
Oh,
are,
I mean,
child.
by that
Wait.
logic, then yeah.
What year was everyone born? If you don't-
1992.
What about you
93.
guys?
92.
Oh, I guess I'm the youngest one here. Whatever.
Let me
I give
just
a fuck.
say- let me just look
And
at my
got
phone.
young ass opinions.
No, I was born in 90.
Young opinion. Who you think?
Not
Who you,
that
who,
bad.
who you think the best rapper alive is?
Me?
No, I'm asking.
Oh, I was saying,
I'm
like, my
asking
opinion
Miss
is
Filet.
not really like the best opinion. Miss
Yeah.
Filet.
This is really just amusing me, y'all.
Okay,
Y'all have
okay.
no idea.
Let's see. Lewis said nobody ever wants M as an enemy. You don't. Lord Jamar thinks he wants problems. until M shuts that shit down, and then he's quiet for a good 6 months, and then he says something else.
Is an old ass white man,
and he's still giving niggas bars.
Let the old ass white man retire.
Who got a better verse than Homicide right now than M? Like, give me a verse that's better than M's verse on Homicide.
I had to hear the verse again. I had to hear the verse again.
I'd have to listen to it again. I don't know that.
Nick said Best Alive got to be Nas.
You obviously are riding this shit, so it's close to
your heart. Nas is not Best Alive, bro. Nas is in my top 5, but he's not the Best Alive.
Joey the Bull. What the fuck is a Joey the Bull?
Best rapper Joey the Bull. Shout out to the 5 to 6 Project, Becoming Iron. That is a great ass rap album. Also,
on Kodak Black. What you mean?
Goodbye.
I feel like what you right mean?
Now. Didn't we tell you to disconnect her mic back during the Wakanda phase? Didn't we tell you?
Joey the Bull is the best rapper. Joey the Bull is
trying to rock with
the
you
5 greatest rappers of all time.
Dylan.
I'm trolling.
Dylan.
Kodak Black look like
the
a foot.
5 greatest rappers of all time.
And that's insulting to
Dylan.
Because he spits hot fire.
So Joey the Bull is easily the best MC in Dallas right now. I can't.
I don't care about no MC Dallas. I don't care about that. And an MC is different from a rapper.
It is.
He's better than anybody that calls themselves a wordsmith.
Who calls themselves a wordsmith?
A rapper and an MC are basically wordsmiths.
Don't even get me started on Little Pump though. We forgot about Little Pump too. Yes,
poets are wordsmiths.
So you just gonna troll the whole
disconnect your mic for real.
Missing them all.
You just trolling now? Is that what
I'm about to
you doing?
disconnect your mic for real.
Why did you troll us this way?
You speaking your truth right now?
So
I do not consider people who make.
I love it.
We just go.
Anyways,
I don't consider rappers, lyricists, like
really,
people
though,
who
like
do
song,
music. I don't consider them wordsmith, because technically speaking, there's only so much, like twisting of words you can do, and keep the same like the cadence of a song. So wordsmith is actually for poets.
Yeah,
poets.
And really, that's the written word. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch me.
You can still consider an MC a wordsmith.
You can't.
I'm sorry.
The Netflix. So you talking about the what hustling flow ass shit on Netflix?
You know it's hard out here for. I'll wait. I wanted to do this. Hold on. Let me do it.
Don't you do it.
Don't you do it.
Do not do it.
You gotta start off whispering.
Anyways.
Right, you gotta use your Terrence Howard voice.
You know it's
we actually gotta wrap this up because we're at 2 hours.
Yeah, we do gotta wrap the show up.
So this has been fun. This is to get down.
Oh, you know what? That was a nice show.
So we gotta wrap this up. We're at 2 hours. Any last words from anybody on the panel?
Lewis is wrong about everything.
I am not wrong about everything. Y'all just don't know that I'm right.
Continue to watch Aqua Team Nerd Force.
Aqua Team.
#1 in the hood.
Merchandise coming soon. We do have merchandise.
Oh, y'all.
T-shirts.
Yo,
got
I'm
merch.
gonna rock the fuck out of this hoodie.
Yes, I want the hoodie too.
Because winter is coming.
I'm wearing that hoodie every episode.
Oh, Game of Thrones. That's one of my favorites.
Winter.
Oh, yeah, Game of Thrones. We forgot about that.
We
We
can do that.
We're going to ignore the last season.
We're
going to ignore that.
So with this closing start, we're doing this, what, every Saturday?
Yeah.
11 or 12?
I thought we were doing every other Saturday.
Every other Saturday. I'm sorry. Every other Saturday.
Saturday works better.
I mean, I thought we were doing on-off with different... Or are we the main group now? Is this it?
Well, other people haven't really responded.
All right, so I guess
So-
Whoever like we all we got.
The second and fourth Saturday of every month. We can say it that way.
Yeah.
The second and fourth
Fourth
Saturday of every
Saturday
month,
month.
12 o'clock. Tune in. This is Aqua Team Nerd Force on.
Team.
I know, but I'm saying it's just me. I'm so used to saying
Oh,
team.
your.
So yeah, this is Aqua Team Nerd Force on Nerd Unpacked. Don't forget to tune in to Blurred Lines Tuesdays at 7 o'clock.
You really
And you better shout us out on yours.
Of course,
That's all
I'm gonna
I gotta
shout
say.
y'all out on mine.
Lewis ended today with 1
I had
point.
both
It's
of y'all.
sad.
I had
The
both
Lewis
of y'all on
total.
mine.
The
One.
Lewis total
He was
for
doing
today.
so
I
good.
made
He
it.
lost
He
2 of
got
his
down.
points for being erroneous and incorrect.
Yes.
First of all, I was
So
definitely
he
correct. I don't know
has
where you think I'm incorrect.
The
at.
Lewis point of counter for today.
I even
we're
had
gonna have
support.
a Lewis counter.
Honestly, we need a moment of silence now. Just everybody.
Anyways, we can go ahead and take this off. All right, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all are the best.
All right. Bye, everyone.